everybody, and welcome live to Darling Stadium tonight, where the Kecoughtan Warriors play host to the Bethel Bruins. Mike Hauser, along with Paul Rowe, Brent Musgrove, and down on the field, Ross Carney, on a cool and very windy Friday evening. Very cool. It cooled down tremendously since last week. The Bethel Bruins, 8-1 on the season. What a great season the Bruins have had this year.
Surprising season, Mike. A very surprising season. We saw them in the first game. They played a great game against Phoebus. You and I both at that time said we're looking forward to a team that's going to be a force in the district this year, and they definitely
That's
will.
right, Ellen, losing on a last-second field goal by the Phantoms. Last week, the Bruins came in here and took care of business against the Crabbers, winning that game in a soaked field, raining the most of the time. 7-0 was the final score of that game, and what a hard-fought battle on both parts that night. On the other hand, the Kecoughtan Warriors tonight, 2-7. They've had a lot of hard luck this year, a lot of close games that they've lost a lot of games real close, and a play here or a play there, and in each individual game would made a difference in the world on how their season has gone record-wise.
Yes, it would, Mike. It's been a little disappointing for the Warriors this year. I think there were higher expectations. The offense has sputtered quite a bit. The defense has played fairly well. Unfortunately, offense has been shut out the last 5 games. They're only scoring about 8.6 points per game. So they're looking for a little rejuvenation here at the end. Of course, they're taking on a tough Bethel team tonight.
Oh, certainly. We'll get ready to bring up our sponsors for the game tonight as we get ready to take the last regular season game of the year between the Bethel Bruins and the Kecoughtan Warriors.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching WHCS Channel 46 Sports live tonight, coming to you from Darling Stadium. Tonight, our telecast is sponsored by Zooms. We're proud to have David Allen and Zoom sponsoring us again this year. Zooms with locations throughout the peninsula to serve you. And by Kelly's Tavern, family dining with 2 locations on the peninsula at Port Warwick off Jefferson Avenue in Newport News, and their newest location on Coliseum Drive at Mercury Boulevard in Hampton. And by Tidewater Team Sports. Located at 11839B Cannon Boulevard in Oyster Point, Newport News, Tidewater Team Sports is your one-stop sports headquarters for screen printing, embroidery, uniforms, and apparel. Call 594-0411 and talk to David Chubb or Terry McNamara. And in part by Eric Thompson Realtor. Call Eric to buy or sell a home or property. And by Park Lawn Wood Funeral Home. Located at 2551 North Armstead Avenue. Nancy Staten, the director.
All right, as we get ready to start the game here shortly, we'll send it down to the field where Brent Musgrove will have, I believe the first guest down there would be the Bethel head coach, and that would be Jeff Nelson. And here we go. We'll send it on down to him right now.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with head coach Jeff Nelson from Bethel High School, 91, last inter-city game of the year, regular season between Kecoughtan. Defense is rated 3rd in the district, and one of the best in the state, as a matter of fact. But I want to discuss Cooperwood and Walker, what they mean to your defense there.
Well, you know, that helps us out when you have 2 corners that can cover the pass, and you can put 8 in the box and be able to stop the run. And you know, with them going back and forth, having their own little battle for interceptions per game, it helps us out a lot.
Well, I was going to say last week, I think Cooperwood got one right at the end of the game, but just kind of stopped everything for Hampton, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. On offense, you're 3rd in the district in passing. My question is this: do you pass as a balance to try to, every 3rd or 4th time, or do you just do it opportunistically?
Well, when we go to plan, we plan to see where our opportunities open up, and it helps us to open up the run, and the run open up the pass. So we see what our opportunities are, and we take what the defense will give us. And if it's the run, we'll take it. If it's the pass, short pass, long pass, we'll take those.
Well, it seems to be fairly well, balanced, like 1 to 4 or 1 to 5. So, like you say, you're just looking for what the opportunity presents. If you're going to stack the line, you're going to drop back. Okay. Let me give you one last question. Last year, the first game of the season, I asked you how you compared South Carolina football with the Peninsula District. Here you stand 8-1. Great start to a great career. How do you compare them now? What do you see in the Peninsula District?
Well, it's some great football here. I mean, there's week in and week out. You gotta worry about the opponents. I mean, there's not a one that you just say, well, we can rest this week. All the programs in the PD are good, and so I mean, and it says it with getting about 6 teams possibly in playoffs, and so it's tough football. it compares good with South Carolina, and that's what I love about it.
Well, Coach, I thank you so much for taking the time to come over. Good luck, and of course, we're going to be seeing you in the playoffs, too. Thanks again. Guys, back up to you.
Yes, indeed. Playoffs start next week, and it looks like at this point we're going to have 4 teams.
A lot of teams in there this year.
In our district that will make it into the playoffs, and into, including the Bethel Bruins, who will make it into Division VI playoffs for the first time in many years, and the new playoff. And believe it or not, even if they didn't have the expanded playoff format that they've got this year, the Bethel Bruins would still be in the playoffs this year. They had a great year at 8-1, a possibility of a 9-1 season. Let's send it down to the field now, where Brent has the head coach of Kecoughtan, Glenn Tidwell, for some thoughts of the game tonight.
Thanks again, guys. I'm here with head coach Glenn Tidwell, Kecoughtan High School. Well, Coach, you're about to play your 3rd Hampton inner-city school in a row. And, of course, those 3 teams are rated the top 3 in the district. One of them top in the state. So this has been a tough end of the year for you. But let's talk about your defense, because your defense has been pretty steady for you all year. I want to talk about Derek Mayo, if you will. Tell me what he means to your team.
Well, he's the captain of the whole defense. He, it all starts and ends with him. He puts us in the defense and, changes things if we need changed. And when he's not out there, you can tell a big difference. So he's extremely important.
Now let's talk about your linebacking core, those 4. I love watching them play because they seem to move like they're dancing almost up there.
Yeah, we don't really want them dancing too much, but, there's going to be a good group coming back next year. I think I lose only Derek from this group of linebackers. So, they've grown a lot over the last 9 games, and hopefully tonight they'll have a good night and, make something better for next year. So.
Well, that's just where I was going to go for your last question. You've had 2 years now. You head into your 3rd year, but 12 of your starters, or your 22 starters, are returning. Tell me what that tells you. Where are you looking forward next year, and what do you got to go and get?
Well, next year I'm losing, I think 4 linemen off this year's team. So next year we've got to find some young, good linemen. Most of my defense will be back, and offense will be back. So I'm excited. I'm already looking forward to next year, and already started the plan with my coaches about what we're wanting to do next year. And, hopefully things will be a lot better than the way they were this year. But I think they will, because the guys are wanting to work hard, get back in the weight room, and turn things around.
Well, Coach, I thank you so much for this year. We've really enjoyed it, and thanks for all the help you've given in getting this stuff together, and good luck tonight. Guys, back up to you.
Very good, Brent. Good job down there talking with the coaches. As the captains, and it looks to me like quite a few of them are being considered captains tonight, because there's a lot of young men walking on the field. We'll send it down there as they get ready to do the coin toss. We'll put our referees up on the screen there for you here shortly.
Number 10, Derek Mayo, and number 54, Keith Barber.
And here are the refs for tonight's game. Dave Stallard, the referee. Andy Rutherford, the umpire. Ron Wyatt, the lineman. Mike Hextall, the line judge. Warren Hall, the side judge. And Frank Herndon, the field judge.
You will call it here. That's the heads. That's the tails. That's the heads. That's the tails. He wants heads. If I drop it, we'll try it again.
Heads was called.
Heads is called. Heads it is. Is deferring to the second half. Rebel is won the toss. Has deferred to the second half. You want the ball? You want the ball. You're kicking. Go.
All right, so Kecoughtan will go on the offensive first tonight, and they will be moving left to right on your screen as the Bethel Bruins will be defending the east end zone here at Darling Stadium. And as soon as we can get them up there, we'll give you the starting lineups for the offensive and the defense side of the field here tonight for the opening of the kickoff.
And Mike, here they are for the Kecoughtan Warriors on offense. Number 71, Patrick Amick, tackle. Number 79, Shane Rivera, tackle. Number 54, Keith Barber, guard. Number 56, Calvin Ruffin, guard. Number 51, Charlie Hellman at center. Number 7, William Tate at flanker. Number 87, Greg Richardson, the tight end. Number 2, Grant West at split end. Number 45, Terry Thomas in the backfield. Number 1, Isaiah Shepard, the running back. And number 5, under center, the quarterback, Anthony Dorsey.
And since they haven't come on the field, we can go ahead and get the defense up there and show you the defensive starters for the Warriors.
We'll do the defensive starters for the Bethel Bruins, and here they are. Number 62, Brandon Ferguson at tackle, and number 61, Demetrius Pierce at tackle. At defensive end, number 78, Ephraim Studwell, along with number 49, James Gale. Inside linebackers, number 11, Trenton Blow, and number 4, Tyler Blow. The outside linebackers, number 44, Marcus Krause, I beg your pardon, and number 10, Corey Boyd. The cornerback, number 43, Marcus Copperwood, along with number 24, Riho Walker, and its safety, number 1, Antoine Jarvis. There's the defense for the Bethel Bruins against the Kecoughtan offense, Mike, that has sputtered as of late.
And starting off deep now to take the kickoff for the Kecoughtan Warriors, number 1, Isaiah Shepard, along with number 7, William Tate. It looks like the young man set up on the tee getting ready to kick off for the Bethel Bruins is number 75, Kenny Steelman. So as we get ready to start our final regular season game of the year, the Kecoughtan Warriors playing host to the Bruins of Bethel.
You're watching WHCS Channel 46 Sports live. It's Friday night Peninsula District football from Darling Stadium. See which one of these players ends up with the ball, Mike. I've watched Kecoughtan a few games this year. The opposing team will try and keep it away from number 1, Isaiah Shepard. William Tate does a real good job of the return for him. We'll see what happens.
Stillman had to reset the ball as the wind blew it off the tee, and we're going to have that problem all night, folks, as the ribbons on the goalposts are sitting straight out tonight.
I'm waiting to see the first pass of the night and see what happens.
There's a kick that's really deep and goes into the end zone and out for a touchback, and the Kecoughtan Warriors will begin their first drive of the day, or the night, on the 20-yard line.
And we're going to see a lot of that tonight on the kickoffs, Mike, as you kick, or you see it on your screen from right to left. The wind is blowing that direction. You're going to get some good punts. You're going to get some good kicks. You're going to have poor field position.
Sat here and watched Stillman kick some field goals and extra points during the pre-warm-ups from the east end, and he has a rather large foot, and the ball would go up in the air and stop and come straight down. So the wind was definitely a major factor here.
He was struggling, that's for sure.
So here we go. Dorsey is the quarterback with Isaiah Shepard in the backfield. That's Shepard in motion, gets the flip from Dorsey. Coming to their near side, a nice stop on the play there by the Bruins. I believe that is number 32, and that is number 32. That is Quentin Wallace. No gain on the play as he got back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickery play on a pitch out there coming from the far side of the field as Shepard went in motion.
Shepard's going to be their go-to guy, Mike. We'll watch him all night long. They've got a rushing game that nets them about 135 yards per game. Isaiah is the one they go to.
Terry Thomas behind it. He gets the ball up the middle. Nice little gain of near 5 as he's close to the 25 on the play.
Terry was a midseason change for Coach Glenn Tidwell and the Warriors here, Mike. He was not in the backfield for the first half of the season. He's been there recently and done a pretty good job. Terry Thomas, a nice young man. Gaining some yardage for the Warriors.
And if just shy of 5 on the play, we'll call it third down and a long 5 for the Warriors. Ball's about looks like they put it right on the 24-yard line. We'll call it 3rd and 6 then. Dorsey back to pass. Rolling out, gets the ball off. It is completed out there to the wide receiver, number 87, and that's Greg Richardson. He is close to the first down. I believe all he has to do is touch the 30 and get the first, and that's where they marked it.
Close on that. Was a nice little soft pass by Dorsey. A great catch by Greg Richardson.
Gain of 6 for the Warriors and a first down, so they go 3 downs and get the first down there. Nice catch and nice defensive hit as he stopped him right on the 30. And that's all he had to do was have the ball resting on the 30. 1st and 10 for the Warriors.
That's a good shot of a receiver knowing how far he had to go to get that first down and getting there.
Dorsey and Shepard in the backfield. Handoff is to the lead back, and that's number 45, Terry Thomas. He's stopped at the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard gain.
Mike, I hope we've got a replay on this. It almost looked like Dorsey and Thomas were trying to decide who was going to have the ball. I'm not sure whether Dorsey's hand got stuck in there.
Yeah, it looked like he
wanted to make sure that Thomas was going to keep hanging on to it. You can see right here he's got his arm caught inside Terry's hands.
Well, Terry Thomas is a big young man. You can stuff that ball in that midsection there, and it's going to be kind of hard to try to pull it back out again.
Yeah, he'll take your hand with you.
That's right. As Terry Thomas is a big young man. 2nd down and 9, gain of a yard on the play. Isaiah Thomas on the carry and Isaiah Shepard on the carry. Gain of maybe a yard to the 32-yard line.
Now, Terry Thomas, 5'10", 245 pounds.
He's a stocky young man. 3rd down and 8 after a gain of 1 for the Warriors.
Terry's a senior, and he goes both ways for the Warriors. He plays offense and defense. He'll be tackle on defense.
2 wideouts to the near side here for the Warriors. That's number 2, Grant West. Back to throw, Dorsey being flushed out, and he's going to get hammered. Oh, he got away from it for a short period of time, and down he goes, led by the tackle of number 78, Ephraim Studwell.
Of course, he has a little bit of a problem rolling this way, Mike, in the games I've seen this year. Of course, he's a left-handed passer. When he comes to the right-hand side, he has a tendency to want to lean back and throw the other way because he can't get the balance, especially when you got pressure on him. As you see here, he can't make that turn. He wants to, and that's where he ends up getting trapped.
Loss of 3 on the play. Oh, more than that. I'm sorry. Loss of 7 on the play. We're down in about 16 now for the Warriors. Nice punt considering how he was flushed in there. And the ball comes dead on the Kecoughtan 45-yard line.
All right, here is the Bethel Bruin offense coming up. Number 55, Miguel Gregory at tackle. Number 50, Dontre Moore at tackle. Number 69, Roderick Mason at guard. Number 51, Cameron Shern at guard. Number 53, Jordan Bowen at center. Number 1, Antoine Jarvis, wide receiver. Number 7, Franklin James, wide receiver. Number 43, Marcus Copperwood, wide receiver. Number 11, Trenton Blow, fullback. Number 14, Jontel Evans at running back. And number 2, Eris McGlone English, quarterback. The Bethel Bruin offense, Mike.
McGlone English in the shotgun to start it off. Back to pass. Gets a little quick pass out there to number 1, Antoine Jarvis. And he's going to pick up what looks to be about 7 or 8 yards on the play.
Mike Jarvis was wide open on that. I don't know what happened to the defense there, but there was nobody on coverage. Here is the Kecoughtan defense. Number 45, Terry Thomas at tackle, followed by number 56, Calvin Ruffin at tackle. The nose guard, number 55, Chris Leofow. Number 10, Derek Mayo, inside linebacker. Number 13, Robert Lopez, inside linebacker. The outside linebackers, number 39, Rashawn O'Neal, and number 4, Dominique Collier. Number 5, Anthony Dorsey at cornerback, and number 1, Isaiah Shepard at cornerback. The safety, number 7, William Tate, and the free safety, number 2, Grant West.
Pitch out here to Evans. Jontel Evans will get a first down, and he will be forced out of bounds at the Kecoughtan 33-yard line.
That's the guy we're going to watch tonight, Mike.
Right, he needs 160 yards to take and win the rushing title for the district.
The district, and here you can see the replay on this. Just a quick little shovel pitch. Jontel gets it, comes to the left side. He's got some good blocking in front of him, open space, and he chews up the yardage quickly. Young man's an excellent runner. He follows his blocks, does a great job.
Nice little gain there, and a first down for the Bethel Bruins.
There you saw the nose guard for the Kecoughtan Warriors defense. That was number 55, Chris Leofow. That's a force to be reckoned with coming across that line.
And there's again a handoff to Evans, and he actually will lose about 2 yards on the play.
Yep, saw that coming there. Flag on the play.
Well, he didn't even throw the flag until after Evans had actually thrown the ball on the floor, on the ground.
That's just as Jontel Evans gets the ball, he's wrapped up quickly by the Warriors' number 46.
And he's pushed.
Yep.
Well, now I see why it took the referee as long as it did to throw it. He was in the middle of it.
Stuck there.
So that's going to be a dead ball foul against Kecoughtan Warriors, and now we're not real sure exactly what's going on down there.
They're in talk about something, so they're not in agreement with something now, but they'll figure it out. That's what the officials are for.
Question is where they're going to mark it off at. Probably where the ball was dead.
Dead ball foul. Unnecessary roughness on the defense. 15 yards, penalty from the end of the run. It results in a first down for Bethel. First down.
So it's going to end up being a loss of 3 on the run and then a 15-yard penalty. So Evans, unfortunately, on that particular play, even though they got the big yard penalty-wise,
would you have the clock operator put 15 seconds back on the clock?
Will lose about 3 on the play. But the Bruins, after the 15-yard penalty against the Warriors, will have a 1st and 10 from the Warrior 15-yard line. They're trying to get the clock set right, as that's what the holdup is. Speaking of the clock and the scoreboards, there's a new one sitting down here at the west end zone that the city of Hampton has installed, and at this point in time,
there it is. You see it on the screen.
We're anticipating that the Darling Stadium will have 2 new scoreboards in operation by hopefully next Friday night, when we should be opening up Eastern Region playoff games, and I assume at this point that the Phoebus Phantoms will open up next week. There's Evans again on the carry, and again, this time he's going to lose about 4 on the play, back to the 19, as right now the Warrior defense is playing well as far as getting off the line of scrimmage.
Sure were, Mike. Terry Thomas, number 45, watch him come through here. He gets through quickly and just grabs Jontel Evans, and he's going nowhere. Great defensive play by the Warriors. But, Mike, they have a pretty good defense. That's one of the areas that Kecoughtan excelled in this year.
2nd down and 14, back at the 19-yard line for the Bethel Bruins. Aries McGlone English, the quarterback, alongside with Evans. Back to throw. Over the middle, wide open, as it was intended for the Bethel Bruin, Franklin James. Incomplete. Defended by about 3 Warriors back there.
Looked like Dominique Collier, number 4, was in on that.
Pass was a bit overthrown, incomplete. 3rd down and 14 now at the Warrior 19-yard line.
Good field shot there by our camera crew. Once again, you saw Leah Fountain, number 55 for the Warriors. There you see the Bethel Bruin offense waiting for the play to come in.
One of the things that the Bruins implemented this year was like the no huddle, as they all pretty much get set up and wait and get the actual play call from the bench. And it's been very successful for them this year. Evans on a draw play up the middle. He's going to get down near the 10-yard line, but he's going to be well short of a first down.
That's a play right there that's also worked well for Bethel this year, giving it to Jontel Evans and letting him take it up the middle. Bounce off a few blockers and tacklers, pick up 5 or 6 yards.
Gain down to the 6-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down and 6 now for the Bruins. Looks like the field goal team will be coming in.
Here's a replay. See Evans going off the right side. Bounces off 2 tacklers, I guess we could call them if we wanted to, but mostly they're tacklers.
Kenny Stillman in for the Bruins to kick the field goal, which looks like it's going to be about a 29-yard attempt out of the hold of Marcus Cooperwood.
Let's watch this, because this is going to be fun with the wind to see what kind of carry we get on this ball.
You'll get an idea. This ball's going to land all the way back here at the
in the parking lot.
Track. Let's see. What a boot. He did hit the track, but he's wide left. He hit the short side of the track.
He sure did, the short side. That was off a little bit to the left, so with a little under 5 minutes to go in the game here at Darling Stadium, a missed field goal by the Bethel Bruins. Here you can see the kick. Not sure if he maybe played it a little too close and tried to get a little hook on that. You see
got a lot of hook on that.
There, great camera. Look at that. You can see the crossbar behind there and see the ball go in front of it.
It's really amazing when you see that particular shot. You can see the ribbons up on top of the.
There you can see the people wearing the young lady with the coat on wrapped up. You can see the wind blowing there.
So the unsuccessful field goal by the Bethel Bruins. That will bring a 1st down and 10 for the Kecoughtan Warriors at their own 20. Dorsey on a keeper to the near side, and there's a flag thrown by one of the referees.
Nice play by the
Bruin is
Warriors.
down.
I forget who that is. That's Tyler Blow, number 4. There's a replay on this.
Is
You
a
can see
hold.
Dorsey. Nice pursuit.
I was trying to see where the hold was.
Pursuit by Blow on that as he catches up to Dorsey.
Well, considering where the referee threw the flag, they threw the flag right at where the player went down, but I never saw a hold, did you?
Well, I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to see if Dorsey was going to be able to make that cut up there.
I guess they're discussing with the Bruins their options.
Correct.
Holding on the offense, 10-yard penalty from the point of the foul. Repeat first down.
For the Kecoughtan Warrior fans with their sweatshirts on, you see a gentleman behind the lady with his jacket. Looks like that says 71 back there. 77 and 71. Testament to the football teams back in that era. See, the blankets are coming out already down there.
I'm telling you, after having such a warm fall, it's the last 2 days the temperature's kind of dropped.
Yes, can we really call it a fall if it's been so warm?
Yeah. Part of the season, right? 1st and 18 now for the Kecoughtan Warriors. And off to the lead back, and I believe that is Shepard.
One Isaiah Shepard right into the middle of the line. Doesn't get very far, though.
Pick up maybe a yard on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 16 now for the Kecoughtan Warriors. Ball rest just in between the 13 and the 14.
Here you can watch the replay. Dorsey just gives the ball right to Shepard. He bounces in, looks like his own man there, and then gets brought down by the Bruin defense.
2nd down and 16.
He's going to need a little bit of a run here to get something going, Mike.
Call it to 14. Dorsey, there goes Shepard in motion. Pitches to Shepard. He cuts it back inside. Nice play. He breaks free. He's outside the 25, near the 30. He's close to a 1st down. Depends on where they mark it. Looks like they're going to mark it at the 29. That'll leave them about a yard shy. Great second effort.
It really was, and a nice block on that play to free Shepard to get that yardage, and this time he capitalized on it as we watch the replay. Watch, he'll get it right there's the block, and he makes that quick turn, fights off one block, and then just kind of pushes his way for another 5 yards.
Looks like we have another penalty.
There is no flag.
Okay, never saw a flag throw. Yeah, there is one way over on the other side of the field. And considering that how many games have been played on here and the weather we had last week, the field is in pretty good shape. It looks like it's dirt in the middle, but believe it or not, there is actually grass on the field, as you can see right there.
Plenty of grass out there.
Ross, you down on the field?
Hey guys, I'm down here on the field. You were just talking about the field. The grounds crew needs to be given a big hand. The field is in excellent shape considering 2 games last week and pouring down rain. It is in excellent shape, and it looks like it'll be ready to go for the playoffs next week.
Very good. There's Dorsey on a keeper up the middle for a 1st down, but there is a flag down. It looks like possibly a motion call. So it looks like the referee's telling our head ref. Somebody may have moved a little early. Legal shit. Is. That's going to cost the Warriors a 1st down.
Like an illegal shift is what he called.
Yeah. And we could not tell who
That's what I was looking for on the replay there.
I didn't see who shifted early.
Illegal shift on the offense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat 3rd down.
Let's see if we can see anything here. Where's an illegal shift?
No, that right guard may have left just a little bit early.
Yeah, it could be 2 men moved at the same time. You could have seen that one guard there kind of pulled to his left.
That 5-yard penalty takes the 1st down away as Dorsey had snuck up the line and got it. But now they're going to have a 3rd down and 6 as the ball sits at about the 24-yard line. Shepard in motion, gets the pitch. Coming to the near side, he is going to be forced out of bounds, I believe, short of the first down. We're going to have to wait and see where the referees mark it. I believe he's got to get to the 30-yard line. He's got to touch the 30 to get the first down.
I think he's going to be a little shy. I can't tell from here.
If the ball's sitting on the 30, it should be a first down.
Mike,
but if it is, that's a good spot.
That's the same play they ran a few minutes ago where he cut up and was able to get some yardage. Let's
Here's
see where
the 30 right here. They gave him the first down. He got to the line, so just enough. And a good spot by the referees there for the Warriors. 1st and 10. The ball's at the 30.
That little pitch play is working for the Warriors at this time to both sides of the field. Let's see how much they work that tonight before Bethel shuts it down or attempts to.
Dorsey again under center. Hands the ball off this time to the Warriors' number 9, who is DeMonte Bracey. And we called his name a few times last week during their game.
DeMonte Bracey, a junior, 5'7", 170 pounds. You see him get the ball right here, kind of stutters and gets hit by 3 of the Bruins to be brought down.
Gain of almost 2 on the play. We'll call it 2. 2nd down and 8 as the ball sits on the Warrior 32-yard line. No score here in the first quarter between Bethel and Kecoughtan. WHCS Channel 46 here bringing you this game live. There's a handoff to Shepard. Gets hit, bounces off. Second effort is going to get him near the 35. And they'll mark it back at the 34. That'll be a gain of 2 yards for Shepard, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 6. You have a timeout for an injured player right now.
See one of the photographers from the, I believe that's the Daily Press down there. Sideline.
Mike Hauser along with Paul Rowe, Brent Musgrove, and down on the field tonight, Mr. Ross Carney. What a good job he does down there. Every once in a while when he comes up with something to say, we'll send it down to him and let him speak with us.
Comes up with something to say.
But, hey, Ross Carney has never had a problem coming up with anything to say. Isn't that right, Ross?
And while we've got a second here, Mike, I want to let everybody know that we do have a fantastic production crew. We always have. We always will. We've got Nate Braxton on camera, Susan Bowers, along with Ron Baton, Steve Fryer. And there's Thad Franks down on the crane camera, along with Gene Wheeler. Our graphics and animation, Andy Foley, Andy Foley, Andy Foley. Slow motion instant replay is Mike Nowinski. Our camera control operator, Miss Sarah Myers. The production assistant, Renee Camden, and the audio and chief engineer, Don Sherrouse. Our director, the producer, the man in the truck, Mr. Scotty Bowers. And up in the booth, I'm Paul Rowe, along with Mike Hauser and Brent Musgrove. And on the field, Ross Carney. Here's the replay of that last play. Right out at the top of your screen, you can see right there. See how he twists number 32 and turns over, and I think he got his legs trapped underneath there, and when his body turned, it didn't feel good.
Quentin Wallace on his injury. You know, we keep talking about Andy Foley, Andy Foley, Andy Foley. We keep doing that enough, and he's going to earn enough to take over all that money he lost on that trip to Las Vegas last week.
Ross just sent up word. Looks like they were looking at his shoulder down there, so we hope it's going to be okay. They're going to take him off the field, give him a little bit of a rest. Well, we hope he'll be all right. One of the fine student athletes from the Hampton City Schools, playing for the Bethel Bruins, number 32.
That was Quante Wallace, yes. All right, 3rd down and 6 now for the Bruins, as are for the Warriors. Shotgun is Dorsey. There's a little quick pass that's completed, and I believe that is the number 2. Is that correct?
I believe it's Grant West.
Yeah, Grant West. Nice play.
Real nice pass coming to this side. Again, this is his offside hand, as I call it. He rolls to the right. You watch the replay. And the problem here is he has to almost stop and throw from an awkward position. And that was looked like number 7, not number 2. Looked like number 7, William Tate.
All right, William Tate on the carry, or on the catch. That is a gain of 14 and a first down. 1st and 10 for the Warriors at their own 48. Keeper this time by Dorsey. Nothing doing there. And Bruins had that one bottled up pretty good.
Bethel pretty much said if you're going to keep it, you're going to keep it right here. And they stopped him right at the line of scrimmage, I believe.
Number 41, James Gale on the lead tackle that time. 2nd 10, no gain as he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So far, no score in this game. Mike, we're winding down a little under 30 seconds to go in the game here at Darling Stadium. You're watching WHCS Channel 46 Sports. It's Friday night. First quarter.
There's Shepard on the handoff. Nice cut back to the inside. Going to pick up about 3 as he gets down to the Bethel Bruin 49.
That's going to be the first time that Kecoughtan has gotten into Bruin territory. As we watch the replay here, Shepard starts out right and then cuts back right across the field. Just does get over the 50 to the 49-yard line. Like I said, it's the first time they've gotten into this territory.
And we are at the end of the first quarter. And no score here at Darling Stadium live. The Kecoughtan Warriors nothing and the Bethel Bruins nothing.
Darling Stadium, WHCS. And ladies and gentlemen, the next quarter, the second quarter of this game, will be sponsored by Zooms. Once again, we're proud to have David Allen and Zooms supporting student athletes in Hampton. Zooms with locations throughout the peninsula to serve you. And by Kelly's Tavern, family dining with 2 locations on the peninsula, Port Warwick off Jefferson Avenue in Newport News, and their newest location on Coliseum Drive at Mercury Boulevard in Hampton. And by Tidewater Team Sports, located at 11839B Cannon Boulevard in Oyster Point, Newport News.
Ross, you got something down there for us, buddy?
Hey, guys, I just wanted to touch on the scoreboards you were talking about earlier. We really need to thank Old Point National Bank and the Hampton City Schools in the city of Hampton, especially Old Point National Bank, for providing the scoreboard. From what I hear, it will be operating next week for the playoffs, so that should be some exciting news.
Very good. Now we'll have a scoreboard at both ends of the field, and I'll even be able to see the scoreboard now.
I don't know about that. They may have to put one inside the booth here for you to see. We're going to have to get a digital display in here for you to see. Mike, real quickly before we start the second quarter here, for the Warriors in that first quarter, Isaiah Shepard 7 carries for 28 yards, and for the Bruins, Dontel Evans 4 carries for 42 yards.
No way. A keeper that time, and he's not going. How many yards did you say Evans had in the first quarter?
42 in the first quarter. 42 yards.
12 yards.
Oh, I'm sorry. It looked like 42 to me. That's what happens when you get old. Yeah.
12 yards.
12-42.
Also about 3 on the play for Dorsey on that time. This is going to bring up a 4th down and 10. And number 31 for the Warriors, as Carl Lawrence, is now in to punt. 43 is deep, and that's Marcus Cooperwood for the Bethel Bruins. Punt is off, and that is a low line drive. Gets a Kecoughtan bounce all the way down and out of bounds at the Bruin 27-yard line. So the Bethel Bruins will take over 1st and 10 from their own 27. This game is being shown live now currently for some of you folks who are watching now that want to see some other players. There are games that will be, this game will be shown. Look at that kick off the inside.
Yeah, it looked like it hit off the player. Great shot by our camera crew. Sure does look like they got a piece of that one, Mike.
This game will be replayed Saturday, November the 3rd at 7:15 and Monday, November the 5th at 7 p.m. There's Evans on the pitch. Outside, gets good blocking from the wide receivers and all the way down near midfield. Looks like they're going to mark it at about the 47 or 48-yard line.
He must have heard me say 42 yards and knew he only had 12, so he's trying to make up for it. Yeah. Here's the replay. You see the quick pitch to John Tell to the left side. He gets about the 25, turns the corner at the 30, picks up 10, 15 more yards. It finally gets pushed out of bounds. Great run by Jontel Evans.
Going to get a 20-yard.
There's John Green, the baseball coach for the Kecoughtan Warriors, who helps out for the football team during
a 20-yard gain. Evans on the carry again. This time is stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Uh-oh. Bit of extra energy there.
Yeah, well, maybe about a half a yard gain on that. We'll still call it 10. Second down and just under 10 yards.
This replay, Jontel Evans gets the ball. He gets hit quickly.
So after that 20-yard gain on that sweep to the far side there, this time he stopped pretty much at the line of scrimmage.
Closer to the 42 I said he was supposed to have in the first quarter.
Yeah. Lone English is in the shotgun with Evans beside him as the lone back's in the field. There's a handoff to one of the wide receivers that came in motion, and that wide receiver is number 43, and that's Marcus Cooperwood. Cooperwood will pick up about 3 yards on the play, and they'll mark it just shy of midfield.
There's a replay. See the quick fake to Jontel on the inside, and they give it to Cooperwood on the backside, and he makes a nice little run to the near side of the field.
We'll call it 3. We'll say that it is now 3rd down and 7 with the ball sitting at midfield. Critical play right here for the Bruins. Back to pass is McGlone English over the middle, wide open, almost intercepted by
William Tate, number 7 for the Warriors.
Intended for the Bruins, number 81, Terry Clark, and it just ricocheted right off his hand.
Sure did. That ball went right in, almost into the hands of Tate. As you can see, it bounced right here.
That was definitely a catchable ball there. Both ways.
Yeah, I think both of them were catchable.
So the Bruins will have a 4th down and 7, and will have to punt.
Nice pass by McGlone English.
It was.
Threaded the needle right there.
Stillman into punt for the Bruins. Isaiah Shepard deep for Kecoughtan. It's blocked, and it was blocked by number 2, Grant West of the Kecoughtan Warriors, and the Warriors will have great field position to start this drive all the way inside of Bethel territory down near the 42-yard line.
Our camera crew was all over that one. Watch this. You are right here as you see the punter with the ball. Watch this as West gets in there from inside your screen here. You'll see him come, and right there, boom. Super camera work out there. We caught him from both angles. You can see it live and see it on the replay from a different angle. Super job out there, guys.
So Kecoughtan will start this drive in the Bethel territory at the 42. This is the first time they've been at their end of the field. Shepard in motion, pitches, comes back from Dorsey, cuts back to the inside, goes to the outside, and is brought down near the 30-yard line. Gain of about 12 on the play. And that'll be a good for 1st down as Shepard rumbles for about 12 yards.
Nice little jitterbug there that he did to get through the line, zigzag back and forth, almost ran into one of the refs.
Kecoughtan really is playing inspired football tonight, guys.
Now watch this. He'll go left, right. Now here he comes. He's going to have to zigzag twice. Runs right into the referee, bounces off, and gets tackled.
If it hadn't been for Brandon Ferguson, number 62, for the Bruins being there to make that stop, he may have gone.
He'd have picked up some more yardage. There's no doubt about that. Kecoughtan doing a good job of moving the ball, like you said, Mike.
1st and 10 at the 30. Flags fly. That's the 4th penalty that's been thrown by that referee already in this game.
A lot of action on that side of the field for the Flags tonight, isn't it?
It is. Probably going to be against Kecoughtan. Maybe somebody's lined up offside.
Dead ball foul, encroachment by the offense, 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
Exactly what it is.
The wide receiver over there set up on the wrong side of the line of scrimmage. Can't do that, especially right in front of the referee.
Well, you can. You just, if you get caught, they're going to get 5 yards off of it.
So 1st and 15 now, ball back to the 35. Dorsey under center. Shepard again in motion, flip to him. This is their favorite play so far tonight. This time the Bruins had it bottled up pretty good.
They had 3 defenders out there waiting for him this time, Mike. That play wasn't going anywhere. You're going to see as the game goes on, Bethel's defense is one of the better ones in the district this year, and they're making the adjustments already. You can see it right here to the sides. 1, 2, 3. To come over this side to bottle it off. Nowhere for him to go this time.
Corey Boyd, Brandon Ferguson leading the tackles that time for the Bruins. Also a couple of yards there. It'll be second down is 17 now as the ball's backed up to the 37-yard line. Shepard in motion, hands the ball up the middle to the lead runner, number 9, Dante Bracey. Going to pick up 2 out to bring it back to the 35-yard line, but they're well short of the first down. Third down and 15 now for the Warriors.
That second down play doesn't get them much yards or open up anything for them. They're going to have to go to the air right here to get the yardage they're going to need for that first down. Look for Dorsey to throw a short pass out to either West or Tate.
Hey, another play that might work too is a screen pass to Shepard.
Right-hand side, top of the screen. That's where I would go. There's where he's going. Right
there he is. He's running hard to his left, and they had him too. And he goes all the way down to near the 22-yard line as they actually had him bottled up in the backfield.
Thought he was stopped.
And it looks like they're going to bring the ball back to about the 28-yard line.
I think they're saying he stepped out back there. Here he rolls to the right. He's looking for a receiver. Can't find him. He looked tripped up there, and then
Tyler Blow had him in the backfield.
Here, you see, step right. The second step was out of bounds.
Tyler Blow had him in the backfield, and he got away from that and picked up about 8 or 9 yards on the play. That's going to bring up a 4th down and 8 now as the ball sits at the 28-yard line.
What you know right about now, and there's one of our cameramen right there. Dressed warm, it looks like Ron. And the wind dies as you can see the streamers out there to our left. You can't see it on screen, but the streamers on the post just died right now. No wind.
Timeout is called by Kecoughtan. That's, I believe, their first timeout of the half. Bethel still has 3. Kecoughtan has 2 timeouts left in the first half. No score here at Darling Stadium. Kecoughtan and Bethel. This is a surprise.
It is.
Kecoughtan's defense has really come up strong, and their offense is not doing too bad either right now.
Tonight, their offense has looked better than it has in the last 4 or 5 games that I've seen. They're beginning to move the ball a little bit. You've got to remember, Mike, this Bethel defense is a very tough defense. They're only allowing 84 yards rushing per game and 80 yards passing per game. That's very tight. There we see some of the Kecoughtan Warrior. That looks like the bookstore, that booster club. There's your Kecoughtan sweatshirt.
Speaking of tomorrow,
one of those.
Speaking of tomorrow.
Speaking of tomorrow, you are exactly right, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow, the 17th annual Warrior Classic Festival of Bands. 5 hours of nonstop competition. Over 20 bands from all over Virginia, all competing for the title of Grand Champion. Saturday, November the 3rd at Darling Stadium in Hampton. Competition begins at 4:30 with tickets available at the game. For more information, you can call 850-5017. It's the 17th annual Warrior Classic Festival of Bands.
Oh, what a play. On a 4th down and 8, Dorsey tried to hit Tate on a little slant pattern, and he was wide open, and it went right through his hands. That would have been a perfect first down, too.
Here's the replay. It's just a real quick, got him right there, hit him right in the hands, little high. Oh, he was wide.
So they turned the ball over on downs, and the Bethel Bruins will take over 1st and 10 from their own 27-yard line.
Bethel 0, Kecoughtan 0. We're in the second quarter at Darling Stadium. Live, WHCS Channel 46.
That back to McClone English. Pass is complete. Way out here to the Bruins. number 7, and that's Franklin James on a long gainer.
Replay on just a second here. Mike's adding up the yardage.
That's 48 yards on that pass.
He had to bring out a calculator. Watch McGlone English. I love the action of his arm. This kid's got a good arm. Watch this. He just fires that thing. Right there.
Nice play by James on that play.
Very smooth, very fluid motion on the arm that got that pass out there. Quite a long pass, and our camera crew was right on top of it the whole way.
So the Bruins are in business now. This is the deepest territory penetration by either team here in the first half. 1st and 10 from the Kecoughtan 24-yard line as the officials start the clock again. The Bruins have 3 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side. Pitch out here over here to Evans. He's going to pick up. Oh, he breaks a tackle and gets about 9 on the play as he gets down near the 16-yard line. That's going to be gain of about 9 on the play.
Under 6:30 to play, the Bruins softened up the left side of the field by sending the receivers down there, 3 of them, and that allowed Dontel Evans to get some cushion to run through there, and that's what he did as he got down near the first down marker.
Give him 8 yards on the play as they mark him 2 yards shy of the first down. 2nd down and 2 at the 16.
A shot looking over the Kecoughtan sideline onto the field where you see the Bruins getting ready to set up for their play.
Yeah, we'll really see how the Kecoughtan defense responds to this threat by the Bruins. Owen English in the shotgun again. There's a pitch to Evans. Running the ball to the near side, inside the 15, down near the 11. And that will be good for a first down, as it's going to be marked, looks like it's going to be marked near the 10-yard line.
You'll put it right at the 10. Here you see the pitch again to Jontel Evans, who just races to the far side. There was some open space there for him, but the Kecoughtan defenders were able to get over quickly.
I'll tell you, looking at the replay, that is a very favorable spot right there.
Well, I thought it was going to be right on the 10-yard line, and that's pretty close to us.
Well, look at the replay again later, and I think he was actually forced out before he hit the 11. Either way, it's a 1st and 10 as the Bruins have a ball at the just shy of the 10-yard line. Evans up the middle. He's going to go in uncontested, really, as a couple of players got a little bit of a piece of him, but he went right on in for the score.
You have a flag on the field. We'll see what that's for. And if we get the replay here, Mike, I want you to watch the little stutter. Watch this. Watch how Jontel Evans starts off left. Look at the whole Kecoughtan defensive line is all took the bait, went that way, and he just came back across the line.
Looks like they're going to bring it back, and let's see what the actual call is here. Holding against Kecoughtan? That's the case. It's, they'll decline that, and they'll take the penalty. Or take the touchdown.
The touchdown. We're waiting for a signal from the refs.
Well, Evans will go 10 yards and the score.
During the touchdown run, illegal use of the hands to the head by the defense. The penalty will be exercised on the extra point, half the distance to the goal, 1 play.
Okay, so now they're going to attempt the extra point. That should be Steelman for the Bruins out of the hold of Cooperwood. 6-0 now, the Bruins out in front of the Warriors as they strike first here late in the second quarter. Snap the hold, the kick is up, and it's long enough, and it's good. So the Bethel Bruins score to take the lead, and the extra point now leads 7-0 over the Kecoughtan Warriors with 5:32 to go here in the second quarter.
In the first half, as we watch the replay of the kick, good shot right on the kicker. Boom. And that was against the wind, which, like I said, has died down a little bit here. We're getting some gust every now and then, but it's not as consistent as it was. There is the band for the Bethel Bruins. That's across the field. We can hear them just slightly over here on this side in our enclosed area.
The Kecoughtan Warrior Band is getting ready to come on the field for their final regular season performance. And we will carry that live too here at WHCS Channel 46. Mike Hauser, along with Paul Rowe, Brent Musgrove, and down on the field, Ross Carney.
Sure you stay tuned for halftime, ladies and gentlemen, where you'll hear the Kecoughtan Warrior Marching Band right here on WHCS Channel 46, live from Darling Stadium. As Mike said earlier, it's our last regular season game of the year.
Next weekend, the regionals start, and hopefully we will carry those. We'll stay tuned for an announcement as to what games that we may be carrying. Little squib kick there, and it's fumbled, but picked up by one of the upbacks for the Warriors. And he carries the ball to about the 26 before he is hammered pretty good there on the carry for the Warriors is number 17, Josh Morris.
Making the hit was number 41, Reginald Williams.
See that well, that's the extra point.
That's the extra point there. Another shot of that.
And punter and field goal kicker down there warming up, number 31 for the Warriors, Kyle Lawrence. 1st and 10 for Kecoughtan at their own 26-yard line. Trailing now late here in the second quarter, 7-0 to the Bruins. 5:33 to go here in the second quarter.
And started to get something going there earlier. Looks like they've been held up a little bit.
Oh, nice pass from Dorsey. See who he threw it to.
It's like Tate again.
Tate out there, number 7. Nice play there. That's a gain of about 18 yards. Give him 17.
I think that's that same play earlier, Mike, as we watched the replay. It's the quick step, and he throws it right there to William Tate. That's the one that was dropped earlier. Yeah. Same play. They figured if you're open once, let's try it again.
Nice play. Gain of 16 on the play. That's a first down for the Warriors out at their own 43-yard line. Nice play. Nice pass by Dorsey on that play.
Dorsey's thrown some nice passes today. I don't know how many yards they have. They're only averaging about 56 passing yards per game. So he's well on his way toward that.
Dorsey fakes the pitch, and he gets hammered as the Bruins number 78 on the tackle that time is I was getting ready to give you the other guy's name. That's Studwell for Bethel.
Yeah. That play looked like it got kind of busted here. I don't know what was going on as we look at the replay. It looks like Dorsey was going to hand and kind of get into the option, and then just lost track of everything right there. He's hit.
Nice play by number 78, Ephraim Studwell for the Bruins as he held his ground.
We're down right to almost 4 minutes left in the first half here at Darling Stadium.
No gain on the play, 2nd down and 10. There's a handoff to Shepard up the middle, and he's going to end up losing about 3 yards on the play back near the 40. Not much going that time on the right-hand side of the line of scrimmage. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 13 now at the 40.
Watch the replay on this. Shepard's got nowhere to go. He's just being chased and stopped.
Studwell just clogged the hole up.
He's been doing a great job here recently. There we see some of our cold fans sitting up in the stands. You can see the hair blowing there, so you know what kind of wind we've got.
Bethel's got a pretty good crowd over on the other side of the stadium.
Right, decent crowd. I haven't been able to peek down here on Kecoughtan side. What I can see over the screen looks decent.
3rd down and long as Dorsey is being flushed out, and he needs to get rid of the ball.
He needs to do something.
Yeah. That's going to end up being a big loss as the Bruins number 44, Marcus Krause, sacks him all the way back inside his own 30-yard line.
Dorsey needed to get rid of that ball that far back. You can't lose that much yardage on that play. He starts out around the 35-yard line and then ends up near the 25.
See what our ref has to say. Timeout, Bethel. Yep. So the Bruins will call timeout to stop the clock with 3:03 to go after that big loss That's going to bring up a 4th down
Could you have
and
the clock operator put 3 minutes, 10 seconds back on the clock?
4th and 25 as the officials are now asking the clock operator to add some time to it.
And he said add 3 minutes and 10 seconds. I think he means put it to 3 minutes and 10 seconds. I hope he doesn't mean add 3 minutes and 10 seconds to the clock.
The 4th and 25 after that big loss for the Warriors.
Like the Warriors are sending in the punter number 31.
While Kyle Lawrence now will sit back here to punt the ball. Back deep for the Bruins is number 43, Cooperwood.
Cooperwood sitting just inside the 50-yard line. Bethel once again could have an opportunity with some good field position here.
If Lawrence can get the ball up in the air, the wind will give him a help, I tell you.
Well, if they can get it up high enough, it'll hang up there long enough to where the defense can get down. We'll see. That's the fun part about watching.
If Bruins actually put a rush on or set up for a return. That was low. He gets it off. Kicks it out of bounds. And they're going to have to mark it. And right there at the 48. Not much of a kick that time, but the Bruins will take over 1st and 10 at Kecoughtan's 48-yard line.
3:09 left in the first half here at Darling Stadium. You're watching WHCS Channel 46 live in the flesh from Darling Stadium. Here's the punt. It's a low center, and he got that kickoff. He didn't get a good handle on that ball at all. It looks like he kicked it from the back point area. Good job by number 10 of the Warriors. Looked like Derek Mayo. Made sure the punt wasn't blocked on that.
Here we go, 1st and 10 at the 48. Lone English back, going to pass. Over the middle of the field, it is complete. Leaded to number 21 of the Bethel Bruins, and that is Stephen Clark, his first catch of the night.
I like McGlone English's presence. I like his flow. I like the way he stands back there. He keeps his feet moving. I love the motion of his arm. This kid's got a good, strong arm.
This has been the major thing that the Bruins really have done this year. In the past, they struggled in the passing game, but this year, their passing game has really opened up the run, too.
Oh, yeah. McGlone English is only a junior. He's going to be back.
Back to throw.
Look at that. Nice catch.
The question is whether he was in bounds, and the referees are saying he was out. Did he get a foot in?
I don't know.
That was one whale of a play, and there is a flag back here in the backfield.
Grant West was defending on the play, number 2.
To get a roughing the passer against Kecoughtan.
Here's a replay. Ooh, we just missed it as you saw the defender rushing in, and he couldn't stop him. Nope, he's out.
Good call.
He's out of bounds. That was a great call by the ref.
Official. So
there's the Warriors, number 3. Trying to find out who that is real quick.
That's Rick Parker.
Is that Rick Parker?
Yep, that's who it is.
Rick Parker, number 3.
Now let's hear what the penalty is.
Personal foul, roughing the passer on the defense, shot to the helmet. 1st down, 15-yard penalty.
That's a 15-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage, and that moves the ball all the way down to the 20-yard line. That was a bad penalty right there. Now, penalties are never good, but that's a bad.
Yeah.
That moved the ball all the way down to the 20-yard line from the 35 and gives them a 1st and 10, and it's 2:38 to go here before halftime. It kind of sets them up pretty good here. There's a draw play to Evans.
Nice draw.
Scoots to the outside. Defensively, they did a very good job in pursuit as he was lucky to get 5 yards. It looks like he's only going to pick up 4 on the play. But, boy, was there a hole there when it started.
There was a big hole, and I'm not so sure that Jontel Evans shouldn't have stayed with his first route and taken that open hole. Let's follow it here. As you see, it's a great draw. They've got Kecoughtan fooled. Right there, I'm thinking he should probably go straight. He takes the outside route. By that time, the Kecoughtan defenders had taken that side of the field and sealed it off.
They'll pick up 4 yards on the play as the ball sits at the Warriors' 16-yard line. 2nd down and 6. Lone English in the shotgun again, as he's been all night.
Be surprised if he took a shot at the end zone right here, and that's what he's going to do.
A little loop and
there
pass.
It is.
and it looks like it may have been intercepted. Is that Shepard on the interception?
Yes, it is.
As I said, Shepard has intercepted the ball in the end zone, and that kind of thwarts that effort by the Bruins to try to really take charge of this game.
And I tell you what, they were moving real well down here, Mike. Of course, the penalty helped a little bit, but McGlone English had them moving, and it looked good. Here we see the replay. He's got plenty of time, and there's that corner pass. You throw it up to the end zone. You count on your receiver being to get up there and get the ball, and just couldn't do it.
Tyler Blow was the intended receiver for Bethel. So the Bruins give the ball up on their first turnover of the game. Interception by Isaiah Shepard in the end zone. Kecoughtan has the ball 1st and 10.
With under 2 minutes to go here at Darling Stadium, Kecoughtan is trying to keep this a game as you're watching WHCS Channel 46 Sports live, bringing you Peninsula District football.
And off to the lead back right straight up the middle, and I believe that's number 9, Bruce Bailey. And that's who it was. Hill will pick
Bruce
up
Bailey?
about 6 yards.
Bailey trying to bring the ball home for the Warriors. You can see the replay. That's a nice little run there. Bailey's a name I haven't heard that much. I'm going to have to look him up here, number 9.
Yeah, he picked up a couple of rushes at our last game that we worked the Warriors play.
I got number 9 as being Deontay Bracey.
That's what I'm looking forward to, too. Perfect night.
That's exactly who it is.
Okay, Bruce Bailey is number 8. Deontay Bracey.
It's time to hand off, and it looks like he's going to gain a couple of yards. He'll be a couple of yards short. That'll bring up 3rd down.
Here's a replay of that last keeper there as we have a timeout on the field. Running the ball as they are with about 35, 40 seconds to go in the half. Looks like Kecoughtan's content just to keep it where it is and go in only 1 touchdown behind.
I didn't see who was charged with the timeout. I assume it would be Bethel. That'll bring up a 3rd down and long 2 now as the ball rests at the Warrior 28-yard line. 56 seconds to go here before halftime.
I thought that said 36.
56. And I'm seeing it with my glasses off.
That's a scary thought.
No, that's the way it works now. I can see long
thought.
distance now. If I put my glasses on to read, I have,
You can see long distance? I can call long distance. We could probably work well together. You can see it, I could call.
What you got there, Brent?
Let's see. It looks like Dorsey is 3 of 4 for 36 yards in the game so far. That's about 20 yards shy of what they normally get during the game, so he's right on course, actually a little over.
Here we go, 3rd down and 3. Dorsey on a keeper.
We've got some open territory there.
He's going to get out near the 35-yard line, and there is a flag thrown out of bounds. I'm not real sure. And he threw the flag out of bounds. Either that or the wind grabbed it.
We're probably going to have a face mask there. We'll see. We couldn't see.
Let's see. Oh, that's a personal foul. That's a 15-yarder.
Oh.
So that'll help Kecoughtan a lot. They'll move that thing like they'll move that from about the.
Watch the replay here, Mike. I'm getting some information that he might have had the back or side of the helmet. We'll see as here comes.
Face mask on the tackle by the defense. 15 yards at the end of the run. That will result in 1st down.
Tough to see there.
I didn't see much of a face mask on there. Did you guys?
I didn't either. The back of the helmet,
you got the back side of the helmet
on the left-hand
okay.
side. Yeah. That was the first penalty against Bethel in this game.
So that brings the ball all the way out to the Bethel 48-yard line. Couple of penalties here. Move the ball downfield a little bit for Kecoughtan. There's Dorsey on a keeper,
Oops.
and he just throws that ball away. And that's going to be a grounding
call. There was
call.
anybody there. No flag. Yeah, we got a flag, but I'm not sure what the flag is for.
Well, there's no doubt
There was some arguing going on in the back. Yeah, but they had some arguing going on. I thought maybe they were going to throw something for that. I mean, there was nobody in the area where he threw that.
There wasn't anybody within 20 yards of where the ball landed.
Except the ref.
Except for the side ref. That's right.
That's what it is.
So that's going to be a spot foul, and it's also going to be a loss of down, too. So he just let go of the ball.
Yeah, he threw that one to the referee.
Yeah. Yeah, Truck says, what was his number, 66? Number 66 on the sideline was the intended receiver.
Closest receiver was on the bench on that play. Well, that's going to put the Warriors back.
They'll mark it back 5 yards from the actual spot.
On the offense, 5-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, loss of down.
So at this point in time, the Warriors might want to think about just kneeling down and killing the clock. Here we go, second down in a bunch. There's a handoff up the middle to Shepard. He's going to get the ball near the 45, and that's about it. Gain of 4 on the play. You got one referee standing on the 45 and the other one standing on the 44. Let's see which one's going to take it over. And they're going to put it at the 44.
And the Warriors are just going to let this clock run down, and they're going to be happy to end halftime down 7-0.
Down to about 14 seconds.
Here's the replay on that last one. It's just a little handoff to Shepard, who hangs on to the ball, eats up the clock. We're down to 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
So we have reached the end of the first half of play here. The Bethel Bruins are out in front of the Kecoughtan Warriors by a score of 7-0. As Ross Carney down on the field is going to try to get Coach Tidwell for a couple of words before he goes off the field, but Coach Tidwell is out there talking to the referees right now. And looks like he doesn't want to come off the field. He's not a happy camper after what a couple of plays happened that time. So let's see. Ross, you going to be able to get Coach Tidwell?
Adjustments you're going to need to make at halftime.
Well, the biggest thing is we're just, killing ourselves with penalties at the most inopportune times. If we can stop that and move the ball a little bit better, we're not playing bad on offense. We just got to move it a little bit better and eat up more clock to keep them off the field. That's the biggest thing, keep their offense off the field.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck in second half. Back to you guys.
All right, so we are at half. Bethel 7 and Kecoughtan nothing. Stay tuned for halftime presentations as the Kecoughtan Warrior Band is entering the field, and we will be back shortly.
You're watching WHCS Channel 46 live.
The Kecoughtan Warrior Marching Band right now will be performing here at the half as we'll get ready to send it down there and listen to the Warrior Band as they prepare to play here at halftime. 7-0. The Bethel Bruins out in front of the Kecoughtan Warriors. Mike Hauser along, Paul Rowe, Brett Musgrove, and down on the field is Ross Carney here at Darling Stadium live. Pretty good first half there.
A great first half, a very good, tight first half. Two teams going in different directions. Kecoughtan has turned it around today. They've stayed in this game with Bethel, who's obviously a very talented team. We're going to have to see how this one comes out, Mike. I'm interested in that second half.
Well, if the Kecoughtan Warriors play as well as they did in the second half, this will turn out to be a pretty good ball game.
It certainly will.
It looks like the Warrior Band is almost set to play, and we will send it down there to you to be able to hear this just as soon as it looks like they're trying to get some of their players set up. And we will be setting the halftime stats. Should be coming here before too long. We'll be able to bring those up as Brent sends them down to the truck here in the second half.
And one last time, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget the 17th Annual Warrior Classic Festival of Bands. 5 hours of nonstop competition. Over 20 bands from all over Virginia, all competing for the title of Grand Champion. Saturday, November 3rd, that's tomorrow, right here at Darling Stadium in Hampton. Competition begins at 4:30. with tickets available at the gate. For more information, call 850-5017. It's the 17th annual Warrior Classic Festival of Bands. Great band competition if you've never been there. Looks like we're waiting for the band to get together here. I've just been told by the truck, ladies and gentlemen, even though the copy says 4:30, it's a 4 o'clock start tomorrow on the Warrior Classic Festival of Bands. So please change that to 4 o'clock. Make plans to be there. We're watching the senior band members of the Kecoughtan Warrior Marching Band as they're being congratulated by their parents. And in just a few moments, once that ceremony is finished, they'll return to their position and we'll get to hear the Kecoughtan Warrior Marching Band, one of the award-winning bands here in the city of Hampton. And Mike, if you've never heard some of the bands around here, we've got some very good ones, and this one has been one of the best over the years. And that's one of the reasons why they hold this Warrior Classic Festival every year. It's to bring in some great sounds from throughout the state, and it's just marvelous music.
Well, we've heard them a couple times already this year, and they're very good. They're very talented. The Bethel Bruins, their band is also here as they're in the stands over in the visiting side, and they also have a very good playing band too this year. And don't forget now, make sure everybody check their listings to find out what's going to happen next week. There is a possibility we may be carrying 3 games next weekend live here at Darling Stadium. There will be 4 teams from the Peninsula District representing the Eastern region this year, along with the Bethel Bruins as the Division 6 representative. This time will be the first time that the Bruins have made the playoffs in some time. So let's send it down to the field and listen to the band as they get prepared to let loose here at Darling Stadium.
This year on this field,
Ladies and gentlemen, here is our seniors. Number 1, Antoine Jarvis, and his mother and father, Robin and Rick Jarvis. Number 4 and number 11, Trent Carlo and their parents, Alicia and Elton Blow. Number 7, Franklin James, and his parents, Terry and Daryl James. Number 10, Corey Boyd, and his mother, Julie. Number 22, Calvin Blow, and his parents.
All right. Pretty good job there by the Warrior Band. Very entertaining.
Very, very good job. The Kecoughtan Band has always been a pleasant band to listen to. I've enjoyed listening to them for years and years and years now.
And you could tell just how bad or how hard the wind is blowing, like just by watching the flags. Young ladies were struggling a couple of times just to hold on to it.
They're still having a problem as they leave the field down there, trying to stay with them.
They have them rolled up on the sticks, and they're still blowing pretty good. Let's look at some highlights here of first half action here between Bethel and Kecoughtan.
All right, some of your highlights here. We have the field goal, the missed attempt by the Bethel Bruins earlier in the game that was wide left. And then we have the block kick by the Warriors as they get in and are able to block the punt here, but they could not capitalize on the field position.
That was the Warriors setting themselves up pretty good deep in Bethel territory, but couldn't do anything with it.
Now you see the pass that's leading up to the touchdown for the Bruins. Nice pass, good fluid motion by McGlone English as he hits the receiver downfield. From here, the Bruins just pitch it off to Jontel Evans. They ride his back as he takes it around the left side, gets deep into the Kecoughtan territory, and then finally you see him coming to the far side here, and then on this play, just a counter back through, wide open. Jontel Evans in for the score. And then right before the end of the half, Mike, Bethel threatening again. They throw it to the back of the end zone where it's basically a jump ball. This time, Isaiah Shepard of the Warriors out jumps the Bruin and intercepts the ball, killing the chance of the Bruins to score once more before the half ended. So we end up with a 7-0 score here at Darling Stadium.
And as soon as our Andy Foley can put up our halftime stats, we'll be able to look at them, and here they are. First downs for the Bethel Bruins, 6, and Kecoughtan actually outplayed them offensively with 8 first downs. Rushing the ball, Bethel was 66 rush yards at 11 carries, 46 rushing yards on 26 carries. So that tells you Kecoughtan pretty much controlled the time of possession in the first half. Passing the ball, Bethel was 3 of 7 with 1 interception. I believe they had 63 yards in passing in the first half, and 3 of 4 for Kecoughtan, which was a pretty good average, and they had 36 total yards. There were no punt returns. Penalties, it really hadn't been too bad except for a couple of late penalties there in the second quarter against Kecoughtan that hurt them a little bit offensively. And then that's pretty much where we stand right now. Kecoughtan's offense has had the ball more and longer than the Bruins have, but unfortunately they're trailing 7-0.
They haven't been able to do anything with it.
Hey, let's be honest. This is the feat right now. The way Kecoughtan has played so far this year, only to be trailing 7-0 in this game against a team that's only lost 1 game, and that was to the division, or actually the state's #1 ranked team, the Phoebus Phantoms, on a late field goal. So Bethel, if it wasn't for that, could very well be the team that's undefeated instead of the Phantoms.
That's correct. One little interesting note here, Mike. During the halftime statistics, I noticed that McGlone English threw 1 interception. He's only had 3 up to this point all year long. 3 interceptions, 11 touchdowns. He's one of the more accurate passers in my opinion. He's probably the most accurate passer in the division this year. Only 3 interceptions in 10 games, 4 now. That's excellent. Like I said, he's tied with, I believe, I can't remember the quarterback he's tied with, but he's tied with somebody now for the least interceptions. I believe it's Boyd. Boyd
over Phoebus.
Can't think of his name. Boyd for Phoebus.
Well, let's be realistic. There's a couple of reasons why the Bethel Bruins have played as well as they have this year. First of all, they have a new coaching staff and a new outlook on it. They play together as a team.
And we've heard that since the beginning of the year, and Brent has talked to some of the players down on the field and when he goes over to school to get the information for us, and they've all said the same thing. It's this presence, it's the excitement that the new coach brings to this Bethel Bruin team that is really, and we saw that the first game.
Absolutely.
Oh, my gosh.
And the discipline on this team, that's one of the things that the players have talked about during the year, is the fact that they play together, they talk together, they almost sleep together, basically. I mean, it's not like it's been in a lot of years at Bethel. And the next thing they've done better on this year, they've been able to throw the ball with more consistency, and that's opened up the run and made them more a balanced team.
And I think part of that, Mike, is the fact that up until now they have gone with the dual quarterback system, and they eventually decided that McGlone English was going to be their guy, and they've gone with him, stuck with him, and that's given him the confidence, I think, that's helped the passing game.
Let's send it down to Ross, as he's got some insight down there at the field, standing around the 20-yard line. Go ahead, Ross.
Hey, guys, you were talking about the change of attitude. As we heard from Coach Tidwell going off the field at halftime, that Kecoughtan was actually beating themselves. He's exactly right. Kecoughtan held Bethel down here right before the end of the second quarter, got an interception in the end zone. They're only down 7-0. If they can put one drive together and go down the field at the start of this second half and go down here, we're going to have a tie ball game, and anything can happen, as you know, in Peninsula District football, especially on the last night of the season.
That's right. Bethel has done well this year. Kecoughtan, even though their record doesn't show it 2-7 on the year, they've been in an awful lot of their games this year. And a play here or a play there, that record could have been the other way around. At the half, as we get ready to start the third quarter of play here at Darling Stadium, live Peninsula District final regular season game.
And as we start the third quarter, Mike, I want everybody to know that the third quarter of this game is sponsored by Eric Thompson Realtor with William E. Wood. Eric is a Hampton City Schools alumni and a former athlete. Call Eric to buy or sell a home or property. Give him a call at 881-2004. And it's also sponsored by Zooms. We're proud to have David Allen and Zooms sponsoring us again this year. Zooms with locations throughout the peninsula to serve you. And by Kelly's Tavern, family dining, with 2 locations on the peninsula, one at Port Warwick off Jefferson Avenue in Newport News, and their newest location in Coliseum Drive at Mercury Boulevard in Hampton. Kelly's Tavern with 56 Best of Food and Dining Awards in Hampton Roads for 2007. And by Tidewater Team Sports, located at 11839B Cannon Boulevard in Oyster Point, Newport News. Tidewater Team Sports is your one-stop sports headquarters for screen printing, embroidery, uniforms, and apparel. Call 594-0411 and talk to David Chubb or Terry McNamara. And Mike, one other thing I want to say, Kelly's Tavern, we had some of the Kelly's Tavern sandwiches before this game started. And I'll tell you what, those things were good. Folks, if you haven't been to Kelly's Tavern yet in Hampton, I'd suggest you give that place a try. Good sandwiches. I had a club, and it was delicious. I've also been there and had their hamburger. It was wonderful, wonderful. Well, Mike, something we do every year and every game we try to is to kind of highlight one of the players on the teams. And this game, we're going to talk about a young man that I was able to talk to last night, Greg Richardson. Greg Richardson is a 16-year-old junior from Kecoughtan High School. He's the tight end. He caught one of the first passes from the Kecoughtan team tonight. He also plays linebacker. I enjoyed talking to him last night. His plans after school are to go to college, and I like the way he said this, Mike. He said, I plan to major in accounting, and my fallback is football. He's not going there for football. That's his fallback. Other sports, he likes to wrestle, he boxes, and he ran track. Now, we talked quite a bit about his boxing. This young man has been boxing half his life, and one of his heroes is Muhammad Ali. Great young man, ladies and gentlemen. Greg Richardson, number 87, the tight end and linebacker on defense for the Kecoughtan Warriors. Super young man.
All right, we get ready to start the third quarter here. Kicking off for the Kecoughtan Warriors, number 31, Kyle Lawrence. As the Bethel Bruins have really come up to, they have one player that's deep, and it looks like they're going to do it's almost like a onside kick. And the Kecoughtan Warriors actually caught the ball in the air on the opposite side of the 50-yard line, and that is legal.
Wow.
And the Warriors take over on an onside kick to open up the third quarter of play. All he had to do was have the ball past the 50-yard line, and we had a perfect view of it here. He was. There is a penalty flag on the field, though.
Let's see what they say here now.
He definitely, I thought, caught the ball on the Bethel side of the 50-yard line.
But one of the refs indicated Kecoughtan's ball, but we'll see.
Interference call against Kecoughtan. I'm not real sure how you have an interference call unless there's been a fair catch called, but there was no fair catch called on that play.
Well, it could be that you're not allowed to push one of the players out of the way to get the ball, but I don't know.
Same thing as a block. I'm not.
We're being told from the truck there's a possibility.
I was always under the distinct impression that once the ball went 10 yards on a kickoff, it's an open free ball.
We've been told that it could be that you have to give the other team the opportunity to catch the ball, but I'm
How about it if the contact is made before 10 yards, but what happens if the player that made the contact was approached by the defensive or the receiving team first? I don't know. It's that's right. We'll just have to wait and let the referees tell us. And obviously there's some major discussions down there about the call because they are still discussing it now. And it looks like our official will, well, I thought he was going to tell us. Now he's going back in to discuss it some more.
Looks like he's going to give it to
Coach Tidwell down there, and he is listening very intently.
Stay with us here as we follow this to see what the final decision is going to be.
This is a key call right here in this game.
The penalty is kick catching interference on the kicking team. The ball never touched the ground. The ball was caught in the air. It's a previous spot foul, 15 yards, re-kick the ball.
That's a 15-yard penalty? Wow.
All right, so they're saying the ball must touch the ground before the kicking team can take possession. So like Ross said, you must give the kicking team the opportunity to catch the ball first.
Glenn Tidwell is not too upset over it, so obviously he is agreeing with the call, and that's going to be a 15-yard penalty, and Kecoughtan will be kicking off now from their own 25-yard line instead of the 40. But what a change in the field position. Big time off of that one.
Keep your hands in cover.
The ball clearly was beyond the 50-yard line on the kick when the Kecoughtan player caught the ball in the air. But I guess the call is that the players on the receiving team must be allowed to catch it if it doesn't hit the ground. So that must be a Virginia High School League rule. So Lawrence will tee it up again, this time at his own 25-yard line, and will get set to kick again. And it looks like this time he's setting himself up to kick a regular long kickoff, but we'll see. And there it is. He is kicking the ball deep. Down to the 30-yard line is Evans as he cuts to the far side of the field. Gets away from one tackler, breaks free, and is going down the sideline, and Evans looks like he may go all the way in. And it looks like the Kecoughtan player gave up a little bit, and then he ended up going all the way in for the score. What a turnaround in this game because of that one call. So instead of Kecoughtan having the ball 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line of Bethel, they have the 15-yard penalty and have to kick it off again. And there's Evans, gets away from a tackle and goes down the right sideline all the way in for the score. The defender gave up and then went after him.
And Mike, he just outran the defense on that one. That could be a backbreaker for the Warriors here beginning the second half.
So officially, the Bruins run the opening kickoff of the third quarter back for a score. Here's the extra point attempt and well booted to the backside of the track. Obviously, the wind grabbed hold of that one good. And it is good. So the Bethel Bruins, after taking the opening kickoff down, backcourt touchdown, now lead 14-0 over the Kecoughtan Warriors. Send it down to Ron now as he's got the Kecoughtan cheerleaders.
Looking at me.
Everybody can't be in the same position as old Ron down on the field with the cheerleaders, I'm telling you.
Yeah, but I didn't think they forget.
So Kecoughtan will get ready to receive now, and I guarantee you there's going to be a lot of people talking about that play for a while.
Yes, they are, and the reason you haven't heard me here, I've been trying to look through the rule book, see if I can find something about that so we can take a look at it. But ladies and gentlemen, right now we're going to take just a second while we're doing this kickoff. I'm very fortunate to have up in the booth with me right now Dr. Patrick Rousseau, Superintendent for Hampton City Schools.
Well, how are you today?
We're going to hope that mic is on there. Sir, how are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you guys?
I'm doing fine, sir. It's good to see you up here. I know we see you out at almost every game between the Hampton schools. You're out here. You love football. You love sports. We're down to the last game of the year in the regular season, but tell us a little bit about the fact that we've got several teams going on, sir.
Well, it's great to have three of our teams go into the playoffs, Bethel and Hampton and Phoebus, and I think we may have two state champions this year. Bethel and one of our twos, Phoebus and Hampton, got to be the state champions, so we're excited about it.
We're very excited about it here. We follow it, of course, with WHCS Channel 46 Sports, and we think we've got two winners, but that's why we play the games, I guess.
That's exactly right, and Kecoughtan's doing a heck of a job tonight. That last play was a big one, that's for sure.
I'd ask you your thoughts, but I don't want to put you on the spot there. That's why we've got the rule book we've been trying to search through.
Absolutely. You make sure you check on that rule book, too.
We have our rule book is down on the field. His name's Ross Carney. If we need to get an interpretation of a rule, Ross has got it. 1st and 10 for the Warriors at their own 16-yard line. There's, I said, Shepard on to carry. He's going to pick up maybe 2 on the play to the 17 or 18. Go ahead. It's second down at about 8.
Oh, what a great year. Sports in the city of Hampton. You've been here for a couple of years now. Tell us your opinion on sports in Hampton.
Really doesn't get any better than this to be in Hampton and have the type of athletic programs that we have, that coaches and parents and kids can really be dedicated to looking at the athleticism and doing things necessary to really be student athletes. And we're trying to, I think, raise the level of student performance to the level of our athletic program. It's going to happen.
And I like the way you said that, and that's something that I've always agreed with in the city of Hampton. We have certain standards for athletes now. You must be academically eligible to play. You can't just come out and play because you want to and forego the academics. That's not accepted in Hampton anymore, and I really think that has made us some great athletes who are going on to college, not just because they're athletes, but because they are excellent students as well.
Well, student-athlete, Paul, that's what it's about. And, again, we have a great tradition here in Hampton for great athletics, and I think we're getting a great reputation for academics, and it's continuing to be a thing to build on, and we're doing a great job, and the teachers and administrators are just continuing to do a great job, and kids are rising to the occasion also.
And I know you won't ever say this, but you, sir, are also doing a good job as well, too, because it starts, and these are out of your mouth, it starts at the top, and it goes down.
It starts with the school board, and they've been great, and Fred Brewer and Henry Godfrey, our chair and vice chair, and all the board members have done a great job of supporting the efforts that we've tried to make as far as the improvements, and hopefully next year we can see, maybe we'll have not grass out there, maybe we'll have something else out there for our kids to play on, so give them the best opportunity to be successful.
Are you trying to tell us something?
Well, we're looking at it. We're looking at some things.
That would be really nice. That would be very, very nice. We won't let the cat out of the bag.
There's a hand off to
I'm
number
sure this is
7
live,
right there.
and everybody knows about it now.
Nice run.
Well, Dr. Rousseau, thank you very much for coming up to the booth and visiting with us this time, and thank you on your comments about sports. And again, thank you, sir, for your great leadership in the city of Hampton and the school system.
Guys, thanks and take care, and great job this year.
All righty. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Patrick Rousseau, Superintendent, Hampton City Schools, and a great guy and a sports lover, unfortunately a New York Mets fan. But we'll forgive
better
him
than being a New York Yankee fan.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now I'm sorry.
That's right.
The
After
guys
we
in
take the mic away.
just said that I didn't say that about the Mets until after I took the mic away from Dr. Rousseau, so he couldn't say anything.
So while we were in the process of having our little discussion with Dr. Russo, the Kecoughtan Warriors are moving the ball up the field as they have a second down and 7 now with the ball resting.
The flag is for a sideline warning against Bethel, the first.
Well, the second half has always been very crucial for the Warriors. This year, when I've watched them play, they come out a little less enthusiastic in the second half, shall I say, than they were in the first. Tonight,
well, they had incentive tonight. It was 7-0 at the half, and until that weird play that happened on the opening kickoff there, I'm not real sure that was to be, so to speak. Flags are like the
flags, some movement
tight end may have
end.
moved a little early, but either way, it's going to be a 5-yard penalty against the Warriors.
Dead ball foul. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
The tight end there at the top, he moves a bit early.
Come on.
5-yard penalty to bring up second down at about 12 now. So second down at 12 for the Warriors. Ball back to their own 44-yard line. Dorsey, the quarterback, up to the line of scrimmage. Split backs into backfield. 2 wide outs to the near side. There's another flag. I'm not real sure what this one was for. They may have a 5-yard penalty against the Bruins.
Dead ball foul. Encroachment on the defense. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
So that 5 yards that was just assessed to Kecoughtan was just given right back by the Bruins. So we're back to second down and 7 now. There's another flag. This time I believe it's going to be against the Kecoughtan bench.
We've got quite a bit going down on the field here.
Well, I'm not so sure it was a player that was involved, but whoever the gentleman is down there that was saying something to the referees threw the flag on him.
We're getting word that it could be.
Against Kecoughtan, they're first.
Both teams now have had sideline warnings.
And from one of the players down there is what we're hearing from the sidelines.
So no flag, no penalty as far as yardage is concerned, but if they have another one, they'll be assessed a penalty. Dorsey behind the center. There's a handoff to Shepard up the middle. He's doing a great job running. This time he gets what looks to be about 8 or 9 yards on the play. That's going to be good enough for a Kecoughtan first down.
The offensive line for the Warriors opening up some holes here. Shepard able to take advantage of it. Picks up some good yardage before he stopped.
Looking at Coach Nelson over there on the Kecoughtan side, he was over there saying something to the side referee. He wasn't pleased about something over there, and there he is talking to him again. First and 10 for the Warriors.
He's almost following him out there.
Down to the 42-yard line.
He's still talking.
And the Warriors are moving the ball quite nicely here in the third quarter. There's Dorsey. Bottled up, cuts it back upfield, gets back to the line, gets hit right in the head. Still going, and finally down, and there's a flag. And there's 2 or 3 flags, huh?
Good lateral pursuit by the defense that time for the Bruins. Guessing possibly face mask. Maybe somebody got their hand in there inadvertently at the end. You see Dorsey going to the left. He can't find anywhere to go. It looks like he's going to cut back right about here.
Personal foul. It's a dead ball personal foul against Bethel. It happened at the end of the play. It was probably a late hit.
Now you see Dorsey just looking for some place to go, anywhere where he can find some yardage.
Oh, look at that
Dead ball
shot.
foul. Unnecessary roughness on the defense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. It results in a first down.
If we can see it
So
here
far,
on the screen.
we don't see it.
Anywhere. I don't see anything. Well, right there maybe. But that's...
I didn't think he was down when that happened.
Yeah, that's...
But that puts the ball all the way down to the Bruin 25-yard line where Kecoughtan has a 1st and 10. Added by the 15-yard personal foul penalty. I guess it was called as a late hit. Shepard on the carry, and he stops because there's flags everywhere. It looks like the flags have decided to be prevalent here in the second half. First half, there was very few flags really thrown. And
Dead ball foul. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
I guess the flags have decided that since the wind is back out, they're going to take advantage of it and take a fly. Oh, we've got a second here, Mike. I just want to give a hello and thank you very much to the people over at Jack's Restaurant in Hampton who are watching the games live on WHCS. Folks out there at Jack's, the food's good.
I hope they're enjoying the meal.
Wonderful. I hope you're enjoying this tonight. Thank you for watching WHCS Channel 46 Sports. And I hope you continue to watch us as we bring you live sports from the Peninsula District.
Of course, he hands the ball off to Shepard. He is tackled for about a yard loss on the play.
My mom used to go to Jack's and eat before she passed away many, many years ago. Nice little restaurant on Pembroke Avenue.
Work in Woodland, I believe.
Here's the replay on that, I think. There it comes. Got it. Kind of just bumped into the line there.
Timeout is called by the Kecoughtan Warriors. And we have 7:09 left here in the third quarter. 14-0. Bethel out in front of Kecoughtan here in the third quarter. And what a strange happening on the opening kickoff of the third quarter.
I'm still going through the book and still trying to find something here. I found one little area, and now I've lost it again, obviously.
Looks like Dorsey has hurt his foot as they are circling him down on the sideline, trying to find out exactly what might be his ailment down there. If the camera gets any closer, he'll be right there talking to him.
The only thing I've been able to find so far, Mike, on that play comes from Section 36 recovery. Article 1, a recovery is gaining possession of a live ball after it strikes the ground.
There it is, folks, right there in the book.
So if I'm looking correctly at this book, and that's what I'm reading out of it, then they made the right call because a recovery is gaining possession of a live ball after it strikes the ground, and obviously the ball didn't strike the ground.
He caught it in the air.
He caught it in the air.
Well, now let's if there was a way that we could go back and actually see that onside kick, when he made contact, when the kicker made contact with the ball, did it bounce off the tee before it went in the air? That is a question. There's an interception by Cooperwood, and this looks like it might be trouble.
Yeah, he's got some open area if he can get to the sideline.
He's around the outside edge there, and the only one that's going to stop him, well, the only one that was going to stop him was going to be the quarterback, and he's not going to stop him as Cooperwood goes all the way in after intercepting the ball around the 20-yard line and takes it all the way home for the score.
And quickly here in the second half, in the third quarter, Bethel's quick strike defense and offense is hitting on all cylinders right now, Mike.
Cooperwood has done it again, folks. Last week he stopped the Crabber drive late in the game with an interception, and this week he does it again. He goes up high for that one.
Steps right in front of Isaiah
on about the 14-yard line.
Now watch as once he gets to the outside, he's got nothing but speed and sideline right there. And I don't know what happened right there.
Yeah, once he got past Dorsey, that's all she was.
Nice spin by Cooperwood. He spins out of that tackle and continues down the sideline for the Bruins.
Here's the extra point attempt. That the hold of Cooper Wood, and it is no good by Kenny Stillman. So after the interception, 6:47 to go here in the third quarter. The Bethel Bruins have taken the command of this game here in the second half. They're out in front 20-0 over Kecoughtan now. What a change of the way the things have, the momentum got changed right on the opening kickoff. Now, the ruling on that kickoff is the ball has to make contact with the ball before the kicking team can catch it or take the ball. But it still has to go 10 yards.
So let's go 10 yards, yes.
The question is when the kicker kicked the ball, did he pooch it straight up in the air?
Yes.
Or did he kick it and it bounced right off of the tee up?
Now, if my memory was correct, and you got to remember I'm old, but if my memory's correct, he kicked it straight up.
Well, if we ever get a chance to see the replay, maybe if we've got it.
So for once in my life, I was right on that one.
Rawl says it doesn't matter. The replays are not viewable in high school football. No challenge. That's
no red flags.
75, Kenny Stillman now set to kick off for the Bruins.
Besides, we got the final word when I asked Dr. Rousseau. He said that's why we have the referees down there.
That's right. Drop by Tate at the 5, picks it up and carries the ball outside the 20 down near the 24-yard line before he is brought down by the Bruins. The kicker, number 75.
Here's the replay as we see him drop the ball, loses a little bit of time there and a handle on it, but still able to pick up some good yardage on that one.
Yeah, and that was number 20 on the Bruins that brought the runner down, Marcus Haskett. So the Kecoughtan Warriors will take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
And by the way, Mike, that was an 85-yard interception return by Cooper Wood for the Bruins. 85 yards and a touchdown.
You want to come sit here?
85 yards. I'd be asking for oxygen after 85 yards.
Well, Cooper Wood's back on the field again. What you got there?
Woo, Kecoughtan, 9 penalties, 80. Look at this. Isn't that cute? All those blankets, we need some of those.
Shepard on the carry out near the 30. He's going to be stopped at about the 29. What you got down there, Ross, for us? Oh, we didn't hear him. I'm not sure what he said. 2nd down and 5 after the gain of a little bit more than 5 by Shepard. Ball sits at the 29-yard line of Kecoughtan. 20-0 Bethel here at Darling Stadium. Shepard again. Oh, that ball just popped right out of his hands. I mean, that looked like a volleyball pitch there.
Trenton Blow, number 11. I wish we could have seen inside his helmet because he's the one that ended up with it. The ball just went right in his hand. It was like, whoa, where did that come from? I don't think he saw it coming.
That ball just popped right straight out of Shepard's hands right into the hands of number 11, Blow. Let's see it.
Watch the replay. Here it comes in. Right about here is when it pops up. Now, watch on the right side of your screen. You'll see number 11, Trenton Blow, and the ball will just kind of land right in his arms. It's like, where did that come from? Wonderful camera work by our WHCS Channel 46 crew.
Good job on the replays there by Mike Nowinski. Back to pass for the Bruins. Over the middle, wide open. And that's Cooper Wood at the 25. And that's where he'll be brought down. A gain of 10 on the play. Nice pass.
And yeah, get the work out there. Come on. There's Gene Wheeler.
Tell Gene to look to his right.
They were building that in the studio today, and I was trying to get Gene to give me a ride on it, but he said the motor wasn't quite ready. So I had time. I was on my planning break, but I don't get a planning break.
There's
the motor right there. That's why they couldn't push me around, because they didn't have the motor there, and there's the motor.
Good job down there, guys. That's good. 1st and 10 for the Bruins. Back to pass again. Oh, man, and what a wide open receiver. But it was thrown behind the intended receiver, and that was number 84, Tim Hartwell. Incomplete pass.
Almost looks like one of the receivers went the wrong direction. McGlone English is throwing right where he wants to throw it, and nobody. Looks like he's leaning in the wrong direction there.
Defending on the play was Shepard.
I still like McGlone English's fluid arm work. Could he play shortstop or third base for the Mets, Dr. Rousseau? McGlone English, the quarterback for the Bruins, has got a real smooth throwing arm. Don't y'all need a third baseman or shortstop?
Back to pass again. Looking for a receiver. Intercepted on the play. That was intercepted by number 10, Derek Mayo.
This is going to be trouble.
And he's running out of gas, folks. He ran out of gas at about the 40-yard line.
45-yard line, you can see him. I thought that Derek was going to have the chance to take this one. And like Mike said, no offense, Derek, because I've known that young man for a long time. He's a super guy, but he just all of a sudden, whoa.
Yeah, it looked like the brick wall hit. Ross says don't pick on the lineman. All right, Ross.
No. Derek is a fantastic young man. Watch this interception.
This is the second interception of the game for the Warriors.
Now watch him. He's got.
I mean, he's booking here.
Boom, boom, boom. Now watch right here.
Uh-oh. Very good. Kecoughtan takes over first and 10 at the Bruin 36. There's Shepard on the carry up the middle for about 3 or 4 yards on the play to about the 32.
Oh,
that was good.
Derek, I love you, man. That's just that was great.
I guarantee you, they're not going to let him. They're not going to let him
live that down.
Live that one down. I mean, he was booking. He went about 30 yards wide open, and all of a sudden.
Oh man,
we're not laughing at you. We're laughing with you. Second down and about 6 now for the Warriors at the 32 of Bethel. Dorsey pitches the ball back to Shepard, and he's not going to go very far there, folks, as he is dropped for about a 2-yard loss down at the 30. Well, they're going to give him forward momentum back to the line of scrimmage. There is a flag on the play right there.
Containment by the Bethel defense was good on that play, as it's been for most of the evening. Their lateral movement has been super. The backers have been right there on the ball.
Another flag against Kecoughtan. This time it's illegal use of the hands again. Let's see if we can see this penalty.
You see Shepard as he jitterbugs back to the right. Well, there was possibly a little habit call there.
Must have been on that push in the back here right before he was hit.
Let's see what he says.
Illegal block in the back on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat second down.
There's 2 of Hampton's finest right there.
Hey, Ross, if you get blocked in the back inside the tackles or inside the receivers, isn't that a legal play?
That is correct. You usually the rule is you get 2 yards on either side of the ball. That's why I'm really mystified.
That's the reason why I questioned it. Okay.
Yeah, I can't understand these flags that are being thrown.
There's a pass wide open down the field of Shepard, and it just a little bit overthrown. And now there's another flag thrown. That might be a late hit on the Bruins.
Wonder if it could be interference. We'll have to see.
I don't know if that was interference. The ball was overthrown. But let's see what the call is. Looks like there's multiple penalties because there's one up here at the line of scrimmage also. This one might take a while to figure out. We have seen our share of flags thrown here in the second half.
All right, here comes the replay. I don't know how much of it we've got.
We'll also listen to the official tell us what it is.
Illegal formation on the offense. Defensive pass interference on the defense. The penalty's offset. Repeat the down.
It's called a do-over.
That's a do-over.
That's a do-over.
So second down to 17 now. Ball sits at the Bethel 43-yard line.
Right at 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Darling Stadium, WHCS Channel 46 Sports, bringing you Friday night football from Darling Stadium.
Our last regular season game of the year. The Eastern Region playoffs and the state championships for the state of Virginia start next Friday night. And I assume at this point that the Phoebus Phantoms will be playing host here to open it up on Friday night, but we're not real sure yet.
We don't know yet.
We have to wait and see whether the approval comes for WHCS to carry the games live, and at this point in time, that's what we're waiting on. So there is a chance that we may be carrying 3 games next weekend.
And we're still not sure whether those games are going to be on Friday and Saturday or whether they could be all on Saturday. We'll have to wait and see how things pan out.
Looks like Phoebus will host the Raiders of Warwick High School on Friday night, and then
that's unofficial.
That's unofficial. Depending upon what happens in the other Division 5 situation with Hampton, whether they end up being a number 4 seed or a number 5 seed. If they're a number 4 seed, they will host next week. And either way, they're going to play Great Bridge.
There's a possibility that all the Hampton teams could end up hosting here.
Dorsey trying to get out of the, and he runs out of bounds as he is chased all over this side of the field. Finally run out of bounds, and he's going to lose about another 4 yards on the play.
Bethel Bruin defense, Mike, is just relentless tonight. They're pressuring Dorsey all night long into throwing some bad passes and to not being able to throw it all, running it out of bounds, fumbling some balls, throwing to nobody. I'm just, again, impressed by the Bethel Bruin defense. Very young, very strong.
3rd and 20 now for the Warriors. Ball sits at the 46-yard line. Well, penalties have hurt the Warriors here in the second half, and there's another flag being thrown on the field over on the other side.
Certainly slowed things down for them, that's for sure.
For a game that went lickety-split in the first half, the third quarter sure has been dragging.
While we got a break here, I want to thank our production crew tonight. On the cameras, Nate Braxton, Susan Bowers, Ron Baton, and Steve Fryer. On the crane and camera we saw a little while ago, Thad Franks and Gene Wheeler. Our graphics and animation tonight, Andy Foley.
Dead ball foul. Sideline warning against Bethel. That's their second. Results in a 5-yard penalty.
Here's what we talked about earlier about a sideline warning. You get the first one free, but after that you start getting assessed 5 yards. Go ahead.
All right, our camera control operator, Sarah Myers, production assistant, Renee Camden, audio and chief engineer, Don Sherrouse, and the director-producer, Scotty Bowers.
Nice run that time by Shepard around the right end, all the way down near the 30-yard line. He's going to be about 4 yards shy of the first down, but he sure picked up a lot of yards on that one.
Got some good acceleration down here near the sideline between the 40 and 30 when he got a couple of good blocks, Mike. He was able to pick up some yardage for the Warriors.
They're going to mark it at the 28-yard line, so that's 2 yards further than I thought it was. So it's going to be 4th down and about 2.
Watch him come this way. You see a block right where you just missed it. Right there on the right-hand side that sprung him loose for another 5 yards. And there's that award-winning Kecoughtan band that you were able to listen to during halftime. Sarah Ward, the drum major, was there in the middle of your screen with the sign.
See what happens here on 4th down and 2. Trying to draw him off. No, and this time Shepard on the keeper, and he's stopped at the line, and he's going to be stopped about a yard short of the first down. So they went on it on 4th down and did not make it.
And that was number 81, Terry Clark, the defensive back that came in on the blitz on that one and was able to stop the Warriors.
And that'll give Bethel a first down.
Watch him come in right there. Boom. Drops him in the backfield.
He got maybe a yard on the play, and that's it. So the Bethel, are they going to actually pull him in for a measurement? They're at least a yard short.
Like you got it from up here, but.
Oh, they did move it, didn't they? Well, they're calling him on the field, and
there's our cameraman right down there. Looks like Ron. He's going to be right there to
I think
get the measurement.
I think the side judge over there is coming in here, and he's going to tell their official that, no, the ball is well short. They've already changed the sticks on the other side of the field. They never even had a chance to bring him on for the measurements.
Well,
the referees.
His knees down right there.
Right, and they ended up moving it forward a yard.
Yeah,
I think the problem is
by about 2 yards.
I think the problem is the fact that the officials had already moved the sticks and set it up 1st and 10 for Bethel, and they've lost the position of the ball.
Well, it was very obvious to us. You can see the knee was down within the 0 of the 30-yard line.
Well, the Kecoughtan coaches are not happy right now because the fact that they asked for a measurement and never got a chance to get it because the officials already moved sticks.
Well,
and unfortunately, there's nothing you can do about it now. Bethel will take over 1st and 10 now after the Kecoughtan Warriors ran out of downs. 1st and 10 at their own 27. Already up 20-0 here in the third quarter, and if this quarter will ever end, we might get to the fourth.
The Bethel Bruins on their way to one of their finest seasons in the last 15 years. The last game of the season for them tonight, regular season.
Montel Evans on the carry around the near side here. He's forced out of bounds.
And guess what?
I believe that Cooper was going to get nailed with a hole there because that was right in front of the referee.
Yep. We're going to have to keep our eyes on Jontel Evans here. He needed 160 yards before the beginning of the game in order to win the district
and there
rushing
goes
title.
Another flag.
Right. Well, there's one hold right there.
Well, this one's going to cost Bethel big time because I believe they're going to have 2 flags here, 2 penalties. One of them during the play, and the other one's going to be a dead ball foul.
They set him back just a wee bit.
15 yards and then half the distance. Let's see.
We have 2 fouls on the play, a live ball foul, holding on the offense, and after the play is over with, a dead ball foul and sportsmanlike conduct against the offense. Both penalties will be enforced.
That's a
herder.
That's a herder.
Is that a word, herder?
Well, we just made it one. You're the teacher.
Oh, don't say that. Dr. Russo behind me, and I'm using herder.
He's covering his face. He says, "Oh my goodness."
That's sports talk. Herder. Yeah, that's right.
So he's not English
I'm
teacher.
just a social studies teacher. I quit English 8 years ago.
That's a good way to get out of that one, right?
Dead ball foul. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the offense, half the distance to the goal.
Oh, my gosh.
They are all the way back to their own 9-yard line.
That was some penalty.
That's 28 yards they got to go to get a first down. So 1st and 28 from their own 9.
Man. Oh, we'll see what happens here. 3 minutes and 31 seconds left in the third quarter. Bethel deep in their own territory now, Mike.
Dr. Russo brought us some food up here.
I know, I've been sneaking bites off of it while you weren't looking. The brownie that looks half eaten, that's mine.
I want the pickle.
Well, you can have the pickle.
As long as Brent don't get it first.
Brent's not getting anything. He went down and got 2 hot dogs at
halftime. If you believe that, he actually went down during halftime and got food after we were fed.
Guess you're not going to Denny's tonight, huh?
No, I'm going home. So it looks like Bethel calls timeout. That will leave the Bruins with 2 here in the final half of this game, out front 20-0. It's one of the most, like you said earlier, one of the most successful seasons Bethel's had in many years. They will probably finish this game as the winner and improve to 9-1 overall.
Imagine that.
And the last time they did that was, I believe, back when Allen Iverson played and they won a state title.
Yeah, and there was a young man coaching there called
Dennis
Kozlowski.
As a matter of fact, folks, last week, if you missed it live here on WHCS, in the rain between Hampton and Bethel, they actually awarded Kozlowski with a nice large plaque, brought back a lot of his alumni players. Here's a handoff. Yeah, it was a pitch. Thank you, Scotty. And I believe it was to number 35 of the Bruins, who is Eric Williams. And as soon as we can, we'll get Brent to let us know how many yards Jontel Evans has. We need to find out how close he is to getting to that record.
He's not in the backfield right now.
No, he's not. He is on the sidelines.
Taking a rest. I'm wondering if he's close to it.
Second down in a bunch as the ball sits at about the 15-yard line. Logan English hands the ball off again to number 35 up the middle for a yard or 2, and that's just about it. Eric Williams is the carrier. the ball carrier, as he gets the ball to about the 15. No gain. Third down.
Eric Williams, a senior running back for the Bethel Bruins. 2 minutes, 15 seconds, 14 seconds. Clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're watching WHCS Channel 46 Sports live from Darling Stadium. I'm Paul Rowe along with Mike Hauser, bringing you the Bethel Bruin Kecoughtan High School game.
Evans is back in the game now for the Bruins. Back to pass with Loan English.
Watch this guy's arm. Watch him.
With the throw one deep and had to pull it back in. Great coverage on the defensive side for Kecoughtan that time as Loan English is dropped for about a 6 or 7 yard loss down inside the 10-yard line. So they're going to have to come in here and punt the ball.
Here's the replay.
He was getting ready to let loose with the ball. It looked like the defender jumped up in front of him.
He did, kind of thwarted that pass.
He's only got 70 yards rushing. 64 is what he had at the half. Okay, so far here in the second half, Jontel Evans has not had any yards rushing. He's got a lot of yards in return yards.
He's going to need about 96
whole lot here
yards.
in the fourth quarter. Nice punt, and there's Shepard as he let the ball drop on the ground, and that's one he should have caught in the air. He had a lot of room to run as it is down by the Bruins at the 49-yard line by number 30. That's Jarrell Rose of the Bruins. So the Kecoughtan holds Bethel and will take over 1st and 10 at the Bruin 49-yard line.
Nice ground level shot there by our camera crew as we watch the Warriors take the field. Getting another chance to put something up on the board. You got to remember now the Warriors have been shut out in the last 5 games. 5 games. Defense has been out there a lot, Mike.
Well, you know, in all honesty, the offense has worked the ball up and down the field with regularity. The problem is
they're playing in the middle of the field or playing at the end of the field.
They're killing themselves with
penalties.
penalties.
The red zone, yeah. Well,
you know, they're having a lot of possessions on the field, so they're keeping the ball pretty good. There's Shepard with a handoff up the middle, maybe a yard on the carry, and number 56 on the carry. That's the first time we've seen him in there. And 56 is Calvin Ruffin. Oh,
that'll send you looking for your notes, won't it?
Put a little bit of beef in there, and
like we got somebody shaking up on the play there. He'll be going off. Looks like number 11 for the Bethel Bruins,
Trenton Blow. He was the one that actually made the. He's the one that made the stop on that play. And number 56 for.
He's 6'2", 295. Calvin Ruffin, the ball carrier.
Harry Thomas on the carry this time out near the 45-yard line. It looks like the stop for the Bruins is made by, is that number 62? That is Brandon Ferguson on the stop for the Bruins. Gain of a couple yards. 3rd down and 7 now. Ball sits at the Bethel Bruin 45-yard line as we have come to the end of the third quarter. Finally. And everybody up here is clapping. So at the end of 3, the Bethel Bruins are out in front of the Kecoughtan Warriors by a score of 20-0.
And ladies and gentlemen, the fourth quarter of this game is going to be sponsored by Park Lawn Wood Funeral Home, located at 2551 North Armstead Avenue. Nancy Staten, director. And by Eric Thompson of William E. Wood Realty. Call Eric to buy or sell a home or property. Give Eric a call at 881-2004. And by Zooms. We're proud to have David Allen and Zoom sponsors again this year. And by Kelly's Tavern, family dining with 2 locations, one at Port Warwick off Jefferson Avenue, and their newest one at Coliseum Drive, Mercury Boulevard. And here's our second player profile of the game. This one is for Franklin James of Bethel. Franklin is an 18-year-old senior wide receiver for the Bethel Bruins. After he graduates from high school, his plans are to play football at CNU or at Old Dominion University in their new program. He also plays basketball and soccer. His favorite activities are simply to do what I would love to do, chill out with the players on the weekend.
Boy, I heard that a lot, chill out.
Oh, yeah. Franklin James, the 18-year-old senior wide receiver from Bethel, and I think he's got a great chance to play for CNU or ODU, either one.
Here's a pass over the middle of the field, and it is complete.
Nice
and
cut.
He is going to score. That is the number 2, and that is Grant West on a 45-yard strike from Dorsey.
Dorsey put that ball right on the money this time, Mike. And
that was a pretty play.
Grant made the catch and then just took the right lane after he caught it. We'll watch the replay here. You'll see him use his other receiver as a blocker. Nice pass. Look at this right there. Hit him perfectly. He took the hitch off the other block and just went right into the end zone.
We have a Bethel player down, and I believe that is the player who West went around for the score.
Well, the Kecoughtan Warrior offense finally gets on the board after about 4 or 5 games of not being able to put anything there. The offense finally makes it.
Well, let's look at the scoring so far in this game, okay? First score in the second quarter to take a 7-0 lead for Bethel, and then they scored on the re-kick to start the third quarter to take a 13-0 lead.
Right.
And then they scored on a interception. So if it wasn't for the fact that they had a situation with the kickoff to start the third quarter and also the interception, they would be getting ready to attempt a tie ball game here. And it is up and is good as the Kecoughtan Warriors have scored here at pretty close to the beginning, only 8 seconds into the fourth quarter. Extra point attempt by the Kecoughtan Warriors was number 31, Kyle Lawrence, and it's good. So it's 20-7 now. Bruins out in front. Watch this replay of the actual score, and what a great throw.
A nice throw. Nice catch.
On the run. It hit him right in stride.
And I like how he uses his other receiver as a blocker. Everybody's going in the opposite direction. He makes the cutback right here. Boom. And he knows he's going to be in free now. There's no way anybody's going to turn around and catch him there. Touchdown, Warriors.
Got there.
Got some information on Evans. As we know, he's gotten 64 yards in the first half. So far in the second half, he's only had 1 offensive carry, and that one was negated by the penalty. So that's why he doesn't have any yards at all here in the second half.
Wonder why they've gone away from the main cog in their offense right now in the second half. 1 carry.
That we don't know.
Either way, he was 96 yards shy of being the rushing leader here for the year.
And even if he doesn't get that, he's been a great ball player this year and a super asset for the Bethel Bruins as they've taken their offense to another level, scoring a lot of points this year and defensively holding opponents down.
Lawrence set off the kick now for the Kecoughtan Warriors. A squib kick. It bounces off a Bethel player, and that Bethel player was number 4, Tyler Blow. And it looks like the the Warriors have recovered the ball at their own 49-yard line. That ball ricocheted right off of Blow, number 4. And the Kecoughtan, that's right, and the Kecoughtan Warriors have recovered the ball. So something that didn't work in the opening kickoff of the third quarter does work.
Not intimidated by not having the first one work for him. They turn right around and kick it smack dab at the player. This one definitely bounces off of the dirt.
Bounced right off of his chest, too. 1st and 10 now. Kecoughtan at their own 49-yard line. In business now. Here we go. There's a handoff to the up back, and that is Terry Thomas. Nice run all the way down to the Bethel 35.
All of a sudden here, the Warriors have gotten a burst of energy in the second half.
16 yards.
Moving the ball, Mike.
16 yards on the carry and a first down. And I'll bet you that if you go back and look at the stats, Kecoughtan's got more first downs than Bethel has.
Here's the replay. Watch Terry Thomas take the ball. He just rolls right off the left side and keeps right on going.
And he is a bunch to bring down, too. I'm telling you.
Yes,
Once he starts going, it's hard to get him down. There's a handoff, and it looks like that's a handoff up the middle, and that one's to Dante Bracy up the middle, number 9. And that's who it is. He's going to pick up about 3. Let's see where they mark it. Give him just a little over 2. Bracy will take
the
ball.
Inside handoff.
Just inside of the Bethel 33-yard line. Take a look at Anthony Dorsey when you get a chance for the Warriors. He's limping just a bit.
Notice that.
He's definitely limping.
He's limping as he goes up to the line of scrimmage. You can see it there. That affects him here as they continue to go down the field.
Back to throw. Deep ball down the sideline. It was intended for Grant West, number 2. Well covered by the Bruins and overthrown out of bounds, incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd down and a long 7.
That's one of those plays we used to call, you go there and we'll get it to you.
Or try to catch up with it.
Yeah, he just steps back and tosses it up. And on that one, the receiver's supposed to run under it.
Worst part of it is when you throw it out of bounds, it won't give your receiver a chance to run under it.
Well, he could run under it, he'd just be out of bounds. Not going to do him any good.
3rd down and just over 7. Ball sits at the 38-yard line. Dorsey under center, steps back to pass. Over the middle, almost intercepted by the Bethel Bruins, Antone Jarvis, as he stepped in front of the intended receiver, who was number 7, William Tate.
Antoine Jarvis just timed that one almost perfectly. Watch on this. He's looking right at the quarterback's eyes, and as soon as that pass is put in the air, he's in motion, and there's nothing but the words interception written across his face, because that's what he was going for.
That one was intended for Tate. It was just a little bit underthrown and allowed the Bethel defensive player to get there in time to break it up. And the Kecoughtan Warriors face a 4th down and long 7 now. And if they don't get a move on, it's going to be 5 more yards. You see the referee over there in the corner with his hand on the. There it goes. So there's a 5-yard penalty for a delay of game. It's going to be called on Kecoughtan. It took him a long time to get the play in there.
But like I said, you could look over there and see him. He was just watching.
Dead ball foul. Delay of game on the offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
You can always watch the official that's the farthest away in that corner from the actual play and see how close he is to actually calling that delay of game, because he's the one that keeps the time on the field. Here we go down the field. Oh, it's completed again to Tate all the way down to the 15-yard line.
Now this time, Mike, they changed that same play up. It started out just like the previous pass play, but this time instead of putting it to lead the receiver, they drew him up short, hit behind the defense.
What a big 4th down play that was. Did you see the pickup that Shepard had in the backfield? What a pass, too, as Dorsey put it right on the money, out of bounds at the 16.
What do they say, don't throw into double coverage?
1st down and 10 now for the Warriors, as they are in business again here midway through the 3rd quarter. Well, actually, they're only 4 minutes or something into the 4th quarter. There's a run up the middle.
Isaiah Shepard picking up a few yards on that play.
Down inside the 15 to about the 13.5. 2nd down, we'll call it 2nd down and 8.
There you see Isaiah Shepard right up the middle for a few yards. Snatched his leg out of the hands of the would-be tackler.
Ball rests just inside of the 14-yard line. 2nd down and a short 8.
Bethel Bruins with probably the number 3 ranked defense in the Peninsula District, giving up a few yards here too. There's the wide open receiver.
Yes,
there he is. And ladies and gentlemen, that's one of our profile players, Greg Richardson.
What a play offensively right there, over the middle for the score. And let me tell you something, people. This game is not over with now. Kecoughtan is back in the game.
They definitely are. And if we watch this replay, watch the concentration and the good hands that Greg Richardson has on this play. Good quick throw. Look at the concentration as he followed that ball all the way in, got control of it, touchdown.
Lawrence now in to kick the extra point attempt to try to draw him to Oh, what a great job. And the kick is up, and it is good. As Kecoughtan is drawn to within 6 now, trailing with 9. I guess that's 31 left in the fourth. 20-14 now.
You're watching WHCS Channel 46 Sports. We bring you Friday night Peninsula District football.
Yeah, let's take a quick break, and we'll be back here in just a couple of seconds. All right, back here. 20-14 as the Kecoughtan Warriors have drawn blood here again here in the fourth quarter.
Mike, you can see them right there on the sidelines. They're ready to play. It's like a new ball game for the Kecoughtan Warriors right now with 9:41 left in this game. These guys feel the momentum. There you see Terry Thomas, number 45. He's on the sidelines. He's ready to get back out there. His Warriors have gone from being down 20-0 to being back in this game 20-14.
There's a kickoff. This time it's deep over the intended receiver. And he better pick it up. Oh, and he does before it hits the goal. Oh, no.
Whoa.
That ball, in order for that to happen, the ball touched the goal line. His feet can go in there, but the ball has to go in the end zone, too. Is that correct, Ross?
Guys, what has to happen, guys, is if the ball, just like scoring a touchdown, touches the plane of the goal line, it then becomes a touchback. So it's just like scoring a touchdown.
So here it is right here.
Watch our great camera crew as they follow the ball down. Here's the bounce. There's the bounce.
Until Evans reaches down and picks it up.
Right there.
Right on the goal line. Great camber work. Thanks, Ross. That call by the referee was absolutely on the money, and our camera crew got it to the point we were so close we could actually see it standing on the line. 1st and 10 now at the 20 for the Bruins. Here's Evans. Breaks a couple of tackles and picks up 10. Out to the 32, give him 12 on the carry. That's a nice run by Jontel Evans there.
That's what the Bruins are going to have to do, Mike. They're going to have to go back to what got them here, and that's grind it out a little bit with Jontel Evans and get some air room, and then let McGlone English kind of flex that arm again. I like to watch that kid throw. There you see the nice run by Evans.
1st and 10 for Bethel now at their own 32-yard line.
For you Bruin fans out there watching live on WHCS Channel 46, we're going to try and keep you up on the yardage of Jontel Evans.
Owen English hands the ball off to Evans. Swings out to the left. He'll pick up about 8 on the play. Let's see where they mark it. Looks like they're going to mark it near the 38-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 6 on the play. Now they move it up to the 39-yard line.
Evans tripped up a number 2, Grant West, who just gets his arm around the ankle there. Otherwise, Jontel Evans has got a little bit of running room.
Give him 6 on the play. 2nd down and 4. The Bruins just shy of their own 39-yard line. There he goes again up the middle this time, and looks like he's going to pick up maybe a little bit more than 4. Evans has enough to pick up the first down, though, so the Bruins will have a 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
Evans was lucky that time. Derek Mayo was coming on the blitz, and it just did overrun him. You'll see him here on the left side of your camera. Watch him go in there. Boom. Right past. You can't see it, but right past him.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line for the Bruins. Leading this game now 20-14 as the Warriors have put on a nice little comeback show here in the last couple of minutes. And that blitz will make the runner, who happens to be Evans, lose a yard. They actually had him back at the 40.
They're fighting over the ball right now.
I don't know. Did he fumble the ball?
I'm not sure.
Well, the way they're acting, it looks like he fumbled it.
Like Bethel's got it, though, with no problem. See if you can see where the ball comes out. Right there, you can see it on the ground in between their legs. Good shot by the camera crew. Fortunately, the Bethel runner was able to sit right on top of the ball.
So the ball is placed about a half a yard back from where the original line of scrimmage was. We'll still call it 10 yards ago. 2nd down now, just shy of the 43-yard line. Lone English into shotgun. Back to pass. A little short pass over the middle to a wide open Bruin. gain of about 11 or 12 on the play, and that's going to be good for a first down, as that pass was to Marcus. Is that Cooperwood?
I think it
43.
was. Not sure what happened. There was a breakdown in the Warrior defense. There was nobody on that side of the field. Trying to see if there was some sort of a blitz from the backers. But you can see there's nobody over there at all. There comes Derek Mayo along with Grant West and then Isaiah Shepard.
Timeout is called by the Warriors as they want to try to stop this momentum of the Bethel Bruins right there. So they'll have a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line, leading this game 20-14 with 7:10 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Kecoughtan Warriors trying to make a game out of this one, Mike. 20-14.
Mike Hauser along with Paul Rowe, Brent Musgrove, and down on our field, on our little sideline chats is Mr. Ross Carney.
Rule book.
Walking rule book. Where are you, Ross? There you are. You're looking at the Kecoughtan line. There you go.
What a great night tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Cool weather. This is football weather.
Well, it's a good thing we're inside tonight, I'm going to tell you, because
yes,
it is so
especially
windy.
you wearing those short sleeves still.
That's okay. It's nice in here.
Well,
the doors
nice
are closed, the windows are glass. Sorry, it didn't take you long once we sat down to get rid of that coat you had on.
Well, that's true. But I came prepared.
That's right.
I don't know what it's like out there, but I
I've
don't
got
want
my
to
jacket back here, too. That's right. Now, last night I went to the Hampton game over at Dodge Stadium, and it was nice until about halftime. And the temperature really changed big time then, because that's when the wind started coming in. 1st and 10 at the Kecoughtan 45-yard line.
Oh!
Blue English on a keeper back to the 45. He just crosses the line of scrimmage, and he is brought down hard by
17.
the Kecoughtan Warriors, number 17. That's who it was.
Josh Morse.
Boom, watch this.
Just grabs him from the side and just kind of hog ties
back to the line of scrimmage,
almost.
and that's about it. They actually gave him the bounce on it, so to speak, because they put the ball past the 45.
Now, Josh Morse, who just made the tackle, Mike, it says here on our stats he's 5'7", 160 pounds. Making
Looks
a tackle
awful
like
bigger
that.
than that.
He does.
2nd down and 10. Back to pass from McGlone English. He's going deep down the near sideline. Whoa! Almost a miraculous attempt to catch that ball by the Bruins. Number 7, Franklin James, who's already had one nice catch tonight.
He did almost make another one, and you can see the Kecoughtan coach, Glenn Tidwell, there, and he's going like, whoa, I just bit a bullet there.
And he throws that ball into the wind.
Yeah, watch that arm again. I know I've said this many times. I love to see him throw the ball.
Well, there was 2 Bethel players and 3 Kecoughtan players, so that ball was up for grabs. 3rd down and 10 now, just inside the 45. I swear they've moved the ball up a half a yard. Look where it's at now.
You never know.
Again in the shotgun, McGlone English. Again, back to pass. There's a pass over the middle to number 7, James, and he drops
wide
it.
open.
And I tell you what, he had at least another 10 more yards before he was going to be caught.
I'm wondering if he started looking downfield before he had control of that ball, because that was right there.
Here's a replay.
Throw from McGlone English. It's right in there. Hits it right in the hands.
And Ross,
sure what happened.
Ross, you got something down on the sidelines?
Yeah, guys, after that last play, Kecoughtan's bench just uproared, just went into an uproar. Bethel, on the other hand, is sitting over there kind of like stunned, not knowing what's going on. So the tide could be turning down here with 6:05 left to play in the quarter.
And there is a punt by the Bruins. It takes a Kecoughtan bounce to the 19-yard line, where it is downed by the Bruins, number 22, and that is Devon Hodges. So Kecoughtan takes over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line, and they're doing a job right now on the Bethel offense. It was Bethel's special teams that has gotten them the lead in this game, and the Kecoughtan offense and defense is really playing well tonight.
They are that, and it was Bethel's defense that also got them many of their scores here. And, of course, like you said earlier, Mike, you change that decision for the kick, you change that interception, and we've got a whole different ball game right here. But right now, Kecoughtan's not worried about what might have been They're worried about what they hope will be.
Well, let's see if they can sustain a drive here and eat up some of the clock and get down and score and possibly take the lead. 1st and 10 from their own 19. There's a handoff straight up the middle to the first back. And that is number 9 of the Warriors, Dante Bracey again. Going to pick a couple yards up on that play and get out to about the 22-yard line.
Just trying to get a little bit of working room here. See what they can get up the middle, soften it up a little bit. I think you're going to see Kecoughtan going to the air here, but they need a little more room.
Well, look at the way Bethel's got their defense set up. Everybody's within 5 yards.
Them to throw the ball.
They're within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. There's Shepard on the carry outside the 25, near the 26. And as long as Bethel continues to have that set up the way they are, they're leaving the middle wide open.
They are, and
they're daring them to throw it.
Yeah, and they've thrown 2 quick slant passes to William Tate so far today, and if they've got single man-to-man coverage on him, Tate's going to be able to cut across and get behind the backers. They can get that quick throw in there.
Darcy just has to get the ball to him. Here we go, 3rd down and 4, as the ball sits at the 26-yard line. A key 3rd down possession right here.
Let's watch this defense again if we get to take a look at it.
Now they have a safety staying back now.
They must have heard us. Somebody's watching on TV and calling.
And off to Shepard up the middle. He is dropped for about a yard gain on the play by the Bruins number 11, and that is Trenton Blow. Nice job he's done on the defensive side of the ball tonight.
He's done a great job.
Nice little fumble recovery. It looked like almost a pitch to him earlier in the game that stopped Kecoughtan deep. Back in the 3rd quarter play. 4th down now. They're going to go 4th down here with this much time left. Well, we're down to 4:05 to go. So
it can be a lot of time. It can be a little bit of time, but this is something here.
Looks like Kecoughtan, Glenn Tidwell, decides he wants to use a timeout here, and that'll stop the clock with 4:01 to go. Bethel out in front of Kecoughtan, 20-14. What a great game.
You're watching WHCS Channel 46 Sports Friday night Peninsula District Football. This is the final game of the regular season, and it's the 8-1 Bethel Bruins against the 2-7 Kecoughtan Warriors. But Mike, by the score, you'd never know that.
Well, we talked earlier about how Kecoughtan has played this year, and they've been in a lot of the games this year, and this tonight they've done something they haven't done in a while. In the second half, they've come out and they continue to play.
That's been a real big key for them. Like I said, I've seen most of their games this year, and they come out a little bit, I don't want to use the word flat, but not as motivated as they were in the first half. Tonight, that changed.
Coach Tidwell had them ready to go here in the second half.
Did that.
They set it up to kick off the second half, and it didn't go their way. But I'll tell you what, that was a start, because right now Kecoughtan is only down by 6 points in this game. What you got?
Mike, here's some stats. Shepard, Isaiah Shepard for the Kecoughtan Warriors. 24 carries tonight for 95 yards against a defense that was only allowing 84 total yards rushing in a game. He's already got 95. Dorsey about 6 for 10 with one interception and 2 TDs.
Shepard on a carry, and nice defensive play right there. Is that Cooperwood? And that's exactly who it is. And what you pointed out to me earlier right there, that right there is the solidification there. And what a job he's done. And
the Warriors tried to go with what looks like the pitch sweep here, trying to get some yardage. Shepard had nowhere to go as number 43, Cooperwood, was in there to make the stop. So once again, the Bethel Bruin defense comes up huge when they need to. They've done that several times today.
But the Bruins will take over 1st and 10 after stopping that 4th down play at the Kecoughtan 22-yard line. Sloan English hands the ball off to the lead back, and I believe he handed the ball off to Jontel Evans. He didn't get anything. He loses another yard.
There you see one of our cameramen up there, Braxton. Mr. Braxton. Wave to everybody, Mr. Braxton.
Lone English takes the ball and hands the ball off to Jontel Evans. He will lose another yard or two. And right now, Kecoughtan's defense is playing McGlone English.
Here we watch the replay.
Oh.
See Evans with the ball and getting in there, number 45, Terry Thomas, to make the stop.
We have to have our players of the games here shortly. I think we've got one of them already. And right now, the Kecoughtan Warriors, with 2:30 to go as the clock continues to run, and they are out of timeouts right now as Bethel actually takes a timeout to stop the clock. Wow. 3rd down and 13. We have 2:30 to go here in the game. Bethel up by 6, 20-14, with a 3rd down conversion coming here, and they call timeout to stop the clock. As Coach Tidwell, and there is the Bethel coach, Jeff Nelson, discussing what they want to do here. And still a pretty good little crowd here. There's, again, the band over for Bethel has been drumming away and making a lot of noise over there. A lot of good noise, by the way. They are a very good playing band along with the Kecoughtan band. What a great job they've done for both of these schools here. And Bethel's band will continue on, obviously, with the team. Have we decided who we want to use for players of the games yet?
Well, that's who we're working on. I think we'll probably end up going with that.
Well, yes, I think that's probably a good one.
I was looking at this, but that's...
And we're down to only a couple minutes, so we have to decide.
I like that one right there.
Well,
it's too bad that that's a definite there, but...
See what's going on here as we are sitting here trying to decide who we want to use as our players of the game. And you got any suggestions over there, Brett? You're the one with all the stats. I hear you. 3rd down and 13 for the Bruins. Back to pass is McGlone English. Oh, nice play. Unfortunately, it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And not only is it bring up 4th down, but it stops the clock. So the clock stops on the incomplete pass, brings up 4th down and 13 for the Bruins. That only helps Kecoughtan now as the clock is not running, as we are down to 2:25. And if Kecoughtan can stop them here on 4th down, they'll get the ball back. They don't have any timeouts left, but they can still muster up enough yards to try to go downfield and score a touchdown and possibly win this game. There's still plenty of time, but this is the play of the game right here. Back to passes, McGlone English throws the ball deep in the corner of the end zone, and he throws it clean out of the end zone, intended for Cooperwood, and it is no good, and they turn the ball over to Kecoughtan. What a great job the Warriors have done defensively here in the 4th quarter of play. They will take over 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line.
McGlone English just kind of roams around the backfield there till he can find somebody. He kind of slings that one sidearm. Man, he's got a strong arm. Look at that.
And all over defensively tonight.
Yes, and they were saying that...
well, that play didn't go very far. What you got there?
Said.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't remember either one of those. I hadn't thought about that.
Yep.
That's a...
The fumble recovery that stopped the drive. Okay, 2nd down after that long loss for Kecoughtan as the clock still runs. They're down to 1 minute and 45 seconds to go here in the game. It is 2nd down and 17 now. They send 2 wide outs to the far side. They got a 1 to the near side. Back to throw being flushed out of the pocket. This time he's got a lot of room to run. This time he just starts to run, and he ends up going out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. Let's see where they end up marking it, as Dorsey will pick up a lot of yards on this play, and it goes out of bounds. Here's a replay. Nice run all the way outside of the 32, near the 33-yard line. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 3 for the Warriors.
Okay,
Have
Mike,
you given it to
yeah,
them?
I think we finally got it all figured out here.
Very
We had
good.
to put our heads together there for a moment. I apologize for.
Oh, and he's flushed out, and down he goes.
There goes
and
the ball.
Is fumbled,
Down.
but
They're down.
The referee is calling the ball dead. They're going to lose a bunch of yards, but they've got to get up and run a 4th down here. See, where they mark it will depend on the mark to see how far they got to go. It's going to be 4th down and about 7 as the ball is marked back inside of the 29-yard line. They need to get the ball to the 36-yard line to get a 1st down. And Bethel's defense has come up big right here in the tailing edge of the 4th quarter, as we're down to about 45 seconds to go, and the clock continues to run.
They've come up big all night long with some
Back
great
throws
plays.
Dorsey, puts the ball up deep, and is thrown outside to the intended receiver, who could not find the ball, and that was Tate.
He was looking inside for that.
And the ball was thrown out. And I tell you, if he had turned around to the outside, he had a good shot at catching that ball. So the Bruins hold them there and take over possession, and the Bruins will come away with this win.
And while we watch this replay, we've only got a few seconds left in this game. Mike, I want to thank our production crew tonight. On the cameras, Nate Braxton, Susan Bowers, Ron Baton, and Steve Fryer. The crane and camera crew, Thad Franks and Gene Wheeler. Our graphics and animation, Andy Foley. The slow motion instant replay, Mr. Mike Nowinski. The camera control operator, the beautiful, lovely Sarah Myers. Our production assistant, Renee Camden. Audio and chief engineer, Don Scheraus. Our director, the man, the producer, Scotty Bowers. And up in the booth here, Paul Rowe along with Mike Hauser, Brent Musgrove, and on the field, Ross Carney. And our special guest tonight, Dr. Rousseau, who came up and talked to us in the booth. We'd like to thank our whole production crew for a great job tonight on our live production. And also like to thank Dr. Rousseau for the nice food that he brought up for us. I know I've enjoyed it a little bit, and Mike has too. Thank you very much, Dr. Rousseau. We appreciate it.
Well, that'll do it here at Darlin Stadium. The final score, the Bethel Bruins hold on and defeat the Kecoughtan Warriors 20-14. What a battle this has been throughout this game, as the Bethel Bruins will end the season on a high with a record of 9-1, and they will represent the Peninsula District in the Division VI Eastern Region Tournament starting next weekend.
And deservedly so. They started out the beginning of the year with a loss to Phoebus, and from that point on, Mike, it was, wow, look out, here we come.
Right now, they will be
to the
currently
Bethel
seeded.
Bruins.
They will be seeded the number 3 team in the Eastern Region Division VI tournament. Kecoughtan ends the season 2-8 overall.
And here's our players of the game, Mike, for the Kecoughtan Warriors. Quarterback Anthony Dorsey, who had a fabulous game guiding the Warriors to the scores tonight. And on defense for the Bethel Bruins, Trenton Blow, who was all over the place, folks, ended up with a fumble recovery, several key tackles and sacks. Just a great job. The players of the game once again for the Warriors, Anthony Dorsey, and for the Bruins, Trenton Blow.
Let's talk about a couple of other players that had great games in this thing.
On.
Morris Copperwood for Bethel had another tremendous game, another interception.
85-yard interception.
Isaiah Shepard had another good game for the Kecoughtan Warriors. And,
almost 100 yards rushing.
And I tell you what, Kecoughtan, I was impressed at the way they played against this high-powered Bethel team this week.
Well, they played
did
them
a very
toe for
good
toe
job.
in the first half. Got a little behind in the second half. Breaks went the wrong way for them, but you know, they played reasonably well. I would not hang my head in shame tonight knowing that I played a 9-1 team right down to the wire.
So the final score here at Darlin Stadium, our last regular season game of the year. The Bruins from Bethel High School 20, the Kecoughtan Warriors 14.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's broadcast has been sponsored by Zooms. We're proud to have David Allen and Zooms sponsoring us again this year. Zooms with locations throughout the peninsula to serve you. And by Kelly's Tavern, family dining with 2 locations on the peninsula at Port Warwick off Jefferson Avenue in Newport News, and their newest location on Coliseum Drive in Mercury Boulevard in Hampton. And by Tidewater Team Sports, located at 11839B Cannon Boulevard in Oyster Point, Newport News. Tidewater Team Sports is your one-stop sports headquarters for screen printing, embroidery, uniforms, and apparel. And in part by Eric Thompson Realtor with William E. Wood. Call Eric to buy or sell a home or property. And by Park Lawn Wood Funeral Home, located at 2551 North Armstead Avenue, Nancy Staten, Director. Mike, once again, a great game from up in the booth. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for watching WHCS Channel 46 Sports live from Darling Stadium. This is Paul Rowe along with Mike Hauser.
Good night, everyone.